Looking. It's okay. Matt was walking out backwards. Hey, listen. It's Friday, everybody. Maybe you don't have no job. Maybe you ain't got anything to do. But you know what you can do? You can hang out here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. And it may be a Red Sox playoff party tonight. The Red Sox have not made the playoffs since 2021. Now they have a chance with just a win. 3 games to go. Can they win one? And I think they do it tonight. And you know what's going to be so ironic about it all? The guy that is on the mound tonight is one of the pieces that came over in the Rafael Devers trade tonight, Kyle Harrison. And to me, I think that could be really fitting, absolutely fitting for the Red Sox to go out in that style. So we'll open up the show tonight, 617-779-0985. You can join us on YouTube as well. We got Skaz here. Intern River is in tonight. It's 4th and Friday. I got a ton of Patriot stuff. Panthers, Patriots. We're going to talk to Mike Kadlick, CLNS, and Sports Illustrated coming up in a little bit. This is the Drake May game, everybody. You know, where did Drake May go to college? What's the team he's playing against? There's a lot of motivation for Drake May to play well, not to mention he's going up against the quarterback that was the number 1 overall pick. There's a lot there. And the other thing is, I heard all offseason long about Mike Vrabel's here, and he's going to fix things and make it better. And then Mike Vrabel will tell you, I'm going to teach discipline, and we're going to learn how to beat bad football. Well, you know what? Here it is, big boy. You got bad football, and you can teach discipline this weekend. Oh, and may I just say this? I was a season ticket holder for years for the New England Patriots. I went to every big game you could think of, and I gave up my tickets when Bill Belichick left. I gave them up because nobody wanted them anymore. I work post-game, so I don't even go to the game. So at this point, it was me putting up the money up front and then just trying to make my money back, and it wasn't working anymore. But you know what started happening? They didn't win at home. And last year, when Joe Milton got the start against the Bills, nobody count that game because it wasn't a pressure situation. All they had to do was lose and get the number 1 overall pick, and they won. So therefore, fake win. That game doesn't count at home. The Patriots need to win one at home and start packing wins at home. I can't keep saying it enough. The fact that their home record is 3-16 is embarrassing, and it's an embarrassment to all of you fans. It's an embarrassment to me, who went to those games all those years, and this is the performance now. Sloppy play, turnovers, false starts, multiple offensive coordinators and quarterbacks and coaches, may I add. There's a lot going on this weekend, but the Patriots just win this week. Don't look ahead. And that's where we'll open things up tonight with our opening take presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. Win this week. Don't look ahead. The Patriots have a chance to go 2-2 this week, and they'll take on Sunday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills that are 3-0 and have yet to have a turnover all season long. This is another winnable game for the Patriots, and this one's important. I mentioned you become 2-2 with a win over the Panthers. The Patriots' only win is against arguably one of the worst teams in the league. And their 2 losses are against the Raiders and Steelers, which were both winnable games. You can make the argument the Patriots have beaten themselves this year, but it's still the old Patriots football and not beating up on bad football teams. With Buffalo on deck, this is an important game. The Panthers are undermanned this week. You should beat an inferior team, but they are coming off a 30-0 shutout win over Michael Penix and the Falcons last week. Drake May is playing the team he watched growing up. What a way to get his first win as a Patriot at Gillette Stadium. I've made a case for Bryce Young being on par or better than Drake May. The former #1 overall pick who's had his ups and downs and even was benched for Andy Dalton at one point. He has played better. He doesn't have the offensive pieces that Drake May has, and he's done a lot more with worse. But they've drafted wide receivers the last 2 drafts. Xavier Legette a year ago, who's probably going to miss this weekend, and Tet McMillan, who's at least questionable. They have a decent running back in Chuba Hubbard. They have a really good offensive line. Their best player is a defensive lineman named Derek Brown, who will go up against potentially Will Campbell. If the Panthers were considered a win on the schedule, then the Panthers view the Patriots the same way. It's a chance for the Panthers to win back-to-back games, but it's a chance for the Patriots to go 2-2 and get a win at home and have some confidence going into Buffalo. So the reason why I'm concerned to take the Patriots is the look-ahead spot. Now, maybe that's where you look at Buffalo when they have the Saints this week as 2-touchdown favorites. Maybe that's the look-ahead spot on that end. I've picked 3 games this year for the Patriots. I hit week 1, I lost week 2, and last week I picked the Patriots. I'm 1-2. I have the same record as the Patriots, but again, this is the week I'll back the Patriots once again. I think Vrabel and McDaniels are better than what David Canellis can do. I think Kraft is a better owner than the Panthers. And I think as bad as the Patriots have been, they're still better than the Carolina Panthers. Patriots are almost favored by a touchdown, 5.5. It's all lining up for them right now. Hopefully they don't beat themselves this week. If you lose this one, think about it. If the Patriots lose this game and go 1-3, it's a huge setback. Huge. And then we just start to question them overall. I hope they don't look ahead to Buffalo. It's something I'm really concerned about with this team. I know they need to look at every single week as important. They need this win. This is the win. They need this win this week. I hope they're not looking ahead. And how about this? Hopefully they get their best player back out on the field in Christian Gonzalez, who, let's say his name's been through the mud, and at times, we've questioned him, or at least I have. But make no question about it, he is their best player, and that defense will be better with him out there, and I'm hoping he is. And maybe there is some inspiration, as we got the news today about Terrell Williams, who's been diagnosed with prostate cancer, per Mike Vrabel today. Maybe there is a little bit of inspiration there. Zach Kerr will continue calling defensive plays. Williams' health is on everyone's mind. Everyone has him in our prayers, for sure. But there's a lot on the Patriots side this week. Hopefully inspiration is as well, but this is a winnable game against a team and an organization they're better than. Oh, and it's Drake May's team he grew up watching. How fitting for him to get his first win at Gillette Stadium against the Panthers. So we'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Of course, we got our eyes on the Red Sox, who just need a win to get in. They're taking on the Tigers tonight, who've also been struggling of late. They're fighting for playoff position as well. It's on Apple TV Plus. We have it on in studio. I'm Joe Murray. We'll get into more of this coming up here on the other side. We'll talk to you right after this.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
is in the process of treatment and meeting with specialists and figuring out the best plan of attack to be able to attack this and heal it and fix it and allow him to get back to better health. And so, you know how much Terrell means to me personally and to the people on this football team. So again, we want to send our regards and just publicly let everybody know that's what he's dealing with. When he's ready to talk, he'll talk on his behalf, but I wanted to let you know that's what was going on. So we'll continue as we have been with Zach, Core calling the defenses. Felt like that went well. I think the communication through the week, the organization hasn't missed a beat whatsoever. So I think those guys are doing a great job over there. Vinny DePalma is helping as he progresses to working with the linebackers, and you know he was doing that role anyway. So again, really comfortable with where we're at and how we're operating. But our, just our thoughts and prayers, and T knows all this. I mean, we talk all the time, but just that are with him, his family. He's been through a lot, and we care about him.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports. I'm Joe Murray. We're here all night long till 11 o'clock. That was Mike Vrabel giving us the update on Terrell Williams. Getting that stuff out of the way, health issue, he's been dealing with a lot of stuff this year, and I'm sure this news is really hard on him and his family and the teammates as well, and the players, coaches, you name it. So prayers to him. This is a guy that's well respected around the league, did some really good things for Detroit last year and, in the past with Tennessee. So, prayers to him. But when you think about this with the Patriots, this is now another person that's come into the organization over the last couple of years and has had a health issue. And, that's real life stuff. And, I hope they have some inspiration this week. I'm not trying to be insensitive about, someone's situation and making the best out of it for the Patriots, but I hope they do. I hope that, they try to play better on defense, and what they learned from Terrell Williams this offseason. And, Kerr's there now, and really they're implementing the things that Williams brought to the table. So I hope that there's some inspiration there for the team to play better defensively. I do. And, I'm sure some of their issues are the fact that maybe he hasn't been fully involved. So we're 3 weeks in when it comes to the defense, and now the defense gets its best player back, potentially, and Christian Gonzalez, who was questionable today, on the list. So that's an upgrade right there. That should make them better. There's been a lot of back and forth regarding Mike Vrabel maybe blaming the offense for some of the issues and not looking at the issues that the defense has brought to the table. And, offsides or penalties or just giving up big yardage plays, 20 yards or more. That needs to be better. And especially, listen, I think the Panthers are better than we think. Do I think they're hurt? Yes. Are they missing players? Yes. But I don't think Bryce Young is as bad as everybody thinks he is. And quite frankly, I did an exercise this week that would show you the last 13 games for Bryce Young have actually been better than the last 13 games for Drake May, statistically. Now, those are just facts. Doesn't mean, things can't change this Sunday. But the defense is certainly going to have to. The offense does its job. It just steps on its own foot, right? You can't say that about the defense. What you can say about the defense, though, is last week they shut down Pittsburgh for 6 straight drives. They did they give up the big play late in the game? Absolutely they did. So definitely need to see a better performance from the defense. Your thoughts, 617-779-0985. If you don't have Apple TV, I'm going to keep you caught up all night long as the Red Sox, right now, there was a little bit of trouble in their first inning. I'll get back to the Patriots in a second, but a little bit of trouble for the team in the first inning. Wow, they're using that new camera view Did you just see that, Skez? I don't know if you're watching, but they have that iPhone 17 view, but it's on the umpire's chest, I think. And they just saw the pitch come to Duran. Casey Mize on the mound for Detroit tonight. The Red Sox got into a little bit of a struggle. Kyle Harrison in the first, but Jaron Duran made a nice little play in the outfield to definitely keep some runs off the board in this one. What I don't like is, where is the scoreboard? How do I can't just look up and see the score. Another thing I'll say off the bat is the Red Sox are swinging at first pitches early tonight. 2 batters in a row, and whoever the outfielder is for the Detroit right now, Perez, just ran into the stands trying to catch a foul ball. It was close to where Trevor Story had that one earlier in the year. But I'll tell you right now, on my Apple TV Plus experience, I am still trying to give you a score. Like, why is there not a score bug on our screen right now? That bothers me. And it also bothers me that this is the only way we can watch the game tonight. So feel free to hang out with us. If they actually put the score on the scoreboard, I will give you that score. I refuse to go on ESPN to tell you what the score is. So, as you know, I hope I'm calling out Apple TV right now. Maybe they're listening to the show. But can you please put the score on the screen, please? Because I think if I want to watch a game, I'd like to know what the score is. It's frustrating. They still haven't showed the score. Show the score. Oh, now they're wondering if it was a home run? I got to go do a show. Patriots home field. Patriots are 3-16 their last 19 games at Gillette Stadium. It's horrible. That is horrible. It's an insult to every fan that's gone to the games over the last few years. Mike Vrabel says that running back Ramondre Stevenson is not being disciplined, per se, for his fumbling issues last week. Huh. So, no, he's not going to get benched. He's still going to play. Just keep making mistakes and going out there. What does Ramondre keep doing? Because last year was he's going to get benched. So, what is it now? Oh, we got to get him back out there? I'm not really sure what Ramondre Stevenson has got a really good relationship with these coaches. Got to tell you. Anyways, Mike Vrabel referenced Drake May's 2 turnovers, saying they aren't making a change at quarterback. Same goes at running back. Whoa. Jeez. So you would change the quarterback? Or you're because the quarterback did it, you're not going to do it with the running backs. Okay, Mike. All right. Here's another one. Jared Wilson out for Sunday's game versus the Panthers. Ooh, not good. Not good. Anybody ever seen this big Derek on the other team there? He is very big and very good, and I'll tell you, he's probably the best player on the Panthers right now. Derek Brown. I'm just going to look at his size. They're going to lie to me. It says he's 6'5", 320 pounds. I disagree. I think he's just bigger than that, personally. Hey, was that a home run? What was that? What just happened there? How come I can't figure out anything that's going on in the game?
It was a foul ball, Joe.
How was it foul now, though? How was it foul?
What do you mean? He tried to catch it and he dropped it.
Well, why did they review it then?
Because I believe the Tigers challenged it, saying he caught it.
Oh. He didn't catch it.
I don't believe so.
Well, I don't know. I can't tell because I can't see a scoreboard or outs. Are you watching this?
I have just put it on in the studio.
Tell me if you can see any. Am I missing something? Am I blind?
There is no score bug.
There's no score bug? Is there outs?
I have not seen outs.
This sucks. I can't believe it. I miss Nesson.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
No, I miss Nesson. Because you know what? Even if it sucks, it's what I'm used to.
You don't appreciate the hit probability in the bottom corner of the screen?
I don't care about it. It shows me the score. I still don't know the score. hit probability 23% here from there's no scoreboard. What the hell? How am I supposed to do a show and not know the score? Don't I have anything else on the Patriots here? Christian Gonzalez and K'Lavon Chason and Michael Onwenu are questionable. I don't want Onwenu questionable. Who would play? If Ben Brown's on one side, who's on the other? Oh, boy. Not good. I'll say this. 2-2, though? Sounds a lot better going into Buffalo, huh? Patriots are 2-2 going into Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. It's a good sell for ESPN or whoever has it, NBC. They just went to an end of the inning with no score. What is the score? Does anybody know the score of the game? That's it.
I believe it's 0-0, Joe, but I can't confirm.
They've made me go on the screen. It's 0-0. The Tigers have one hit. It's 0-0. Apple Plus, put the score and the outs on the screen. You're making me miss nothing. That sucks. We got to go to the headline. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox are on. There's no score. They're playing the Tigers, and if they win, they're in the playoffs. Just get it over with, please. I can't stand this anymore. Put the score on the screen. I had everything was fine. I logged right in easily. I saved it to the TV. But I'm not one of these find it on a stream people pissed off. Although I really do wish that it was on regular TV and on Nesson. But if you're going to have me watch it on a stream, can you give me the scoreboard and the outs? Like, I get it. When I watch Stream East or Justin.tv or whatever the hell I used to watch years ago, I'd have to deal with no announcer or in another language or, pop-up ads, okay? Because I was illegally streaming it. This, though, is supposed to be a plus package. It's like when you go to the hotel and it's like, oh, you're going to get the special suite. And then you get to the suite and you get like a twin bed. Like, well, what are you doing here? Anyways, I asked for it. I screamed for it. I even got assistance from one Tyler Milliken on Twitter who said, can someone get a scoreboard, please? They have given us a scoreboard. It's as simple as making a graphic. And they made the graphic. We have a score bug. And now it tells us the lineup of who's coming up to hit now. So I think we're back on track. And I didn't mean to have a little bit of a mini meltdown there. But it is frustrating because I have to hear about how everyone's frustrated about how to watch the game. And then when I actually am prepared and know what I'm doing, they can't do their job. Me, I'm the guy that does his job while watching. They can't do the job, and they make us pay for it. Okay, carrying on. See you throughout the first pitch tonight, Skez?
That would be old friend Dice Guy.
Did it take him a while to get it to home plate? Or how did you get anybody time it? Because I worry about the pitch clocks when he's around, man.
I believe they call Dice K the human rain delay.
Oh, my God. Him Buckholz was bad, too. If it was a Buckholz game, 5 hours. Dice K was the worst, though. So what was it? They were just celebrating Dice K?
I think I don't know for sure, but I think he's local still or was for a while.
Yeah, his kid plays high school ball.
I feel like I've heard
somewhere.
Fred mention that before.
Yeah. I think I knew that. Lexington or something. Whatever. Shout out to Dice K, though. Guys, you any worries about this? Harrison's looking pretty good. He's got a couple, I think 3 or 4 strikeouts.
He loaded the bases in the first inning, but
got out of it.
Duran not the best route, but hey, they got out of it. That's all that matters. I want the Red Sox to win. I want the Red Sox to be in the playoffs. I don't want them to back in. I want them to win their way in. There's nothing worse than the sad champagne, bottles, because Houston doesn't play until 9:30 tonight. I believe they're playing the Angels tonight, so they're gonna just win one baseball game. That's all you got to do. The Tigers are having a historic free fall right now, losing their division after being up by 9 games at one point this month, I think. So you got to beat the Tigers. Casey Mize has been better in September, but he's not what a lot of people thought he was going to be. So let Kyle Harrison go 5, hopefully, maybe even 6. I would say probably 5 tonight, and then turn it over to the bullpen and kind of pray the way this bullpen's been going outside of, Whitlock and Chapman.
All right, so I think we agree they need a win. Don't rely on Houston. Harrison, get the bats going, win the game. Okay, let's get back to the streaming now. This is the story, dude. This is the story when we're in the middle of a pennant race, and I wanted to give you 2 things, okay? So, I guess I'll ask you this, guys. Do you feel that although there's an agreement with Apple TV and Major League Baseball, since, the Red Sox own Nesson, why not have it on Apple TV and on Nesson?
It defeats the purpose of Apple TV in local markets.
Okay, well, do you mind if I tell you what they did at Sportsnet in Canada? Sportsnet in Canada are carrying the Apple TV production of the game on their broadcast. I brought this up last time.
So you're saying Nesson airs the Apple TV version of the broadcast?
Yes. It's no different than us taking an affiliate.
A Cowboys game, Notre Dame game, whatever it may be.
What's the difference? Sportsnet's doing it in Toronto.
Yeah.
So, should I get on Nesson for this? Or does Nesson want to... Are they shaking the hands, too, of these providers? I bet you they get their pockets filled, too.
John Henry doesn't seem like a guy who wants to ruffle too many corporate feathers, so I would imagine that, every other team plays ball, we're going to play ball.
Just wanted to mention that because Tom Caron, who says he likes the show, so thank you. Let me make myself clear, says Tom Caron. I think the game should be on NESN. I think MLB is doing a massive disservice to fans by having a game like this behind a paywall. At the least, they shouldn't allow games in September to be streaming only. I assure you, NESN is not happy to lose the game. Well,
sounds informed.
Oh, I didn't think of it like that.
NESN is not happy to lose the game. Don't you think NESN had a heads up on when this game was going to take place?
They've known this since last year.
But now they're upset because their fans are upset and they have to hear about it.
Yeah.
It's convenient how that works.
But again, Sportsnet, Blue Jays, bada bing, bada boom.
Just saying.
I don't know what to tell you anymore, everybody.
But Joe, how does the iPhone 17 look?
I mean, I've been watching. It's done nothing for me so far. Does it look cool? Yeah, but is there anything what I saw on the iPhone 17 was Jarren Duran grounding out to the pitcher.
I just saw. I believe it was Romy Gonzalez with a brutal strikeout. Yeah,
it was hard. He looked like he was flailing. Oh, now at least they got that right. Like how terrible he looked. Man, I don't see. Again, this is reserved for one Mike Felger, right? This is, I'm sure. Did he have a conniption today?
I mean, I'm sure he did.
I didn't hear much.
I didn't either.
I was getting a haircut and getting stuff.
I can imagine that he wasn't thrilled. I heard it a little bit on the baseball hour.
Oh, okay. Well, I can imagine Felger is probably he's probably listening to it on the radio or not listening to anything.
No, he seems like an Apple TV guy.
He might actually, you know what he might do? He might just drive right over to NBC Sports Boston and be like, Robbie or somebody that's here, just put this on for me. He'll buy his big salad.
It's basically what we did when we couldn't get it on in the studio. You sent River in there, sent Mark in there.
But just hey, get a big salad from somewhere and just whatever. Someone says that it was very soft and smelly to start the game that way. I agree. Hey, though, look at the score bug. What do you think?
I can see it, Joe.
Should we start rating score bugs?
I mean, it's fine. At least it's visible at this point.
Did Low Vaughn just go deep?
No.
I think he went deep.
Off the monster.
I think it hit a fan. Review it. This review is better than the one the Tigers took a little while ago. Milliken's driving home right now, huh? Shout out, Tyler.
I mean, if you want to call it driving, yes.
Well, you know what? I think he'd be listening to this and watching the game on his Apple iPhone.
As he's driving home.
Yes. Yeah, I do that. That's a homer, baby. That's a homer. No, review it. That didn't look like a home run to you?
No.
I don't like this Apple Plus. It deceives me. What else was I going to talk about here? I had a whole rundown. We're here all night, everybody. You can call in. Everyone's watching the game anyways. Red Sox, Apple TV. Oh, I got one more thing on the Panthers quickly. I put this in our channel today, but I think the Panthers as an organization have always sucked. I think their owner's trash. And you know what really defines it? Is knowing that Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield were once on the team at the same time and not starting guess, either of them. It was so bad. Baker Mayfield was playing defensive end in practice.
Was Andy Dalton starting for that team?
It might have been. Somebody was. Didn't they bring Cam Newton back?
I think they did at one point. I feel like they had Dalton for a minute too.
But you mean to tell, do you see Sam Darnold last night?
Looked pretty good.
You see Baker Mayfield over the last couple of games?
Good. Last year too. Looks good.
The last few years. I just remember those two running together in a photo. And I'm like, trash organization. And listen, the Patriots, they just can't be the trash of the trash, right? Last year, they got bailed out by the Buffalo Bills that they didn't get the number 1 overall pick. Bailout. But they're trash. The Panthers, they're smelly trash. Smelly. You can't lose to that trash. They're soft and they're smelly, and you're better than them. That's a fact. That's why you can't lose to the Panthers this weekend. And that's why they're 5.5-point favorites, by the way. I don't think the Patriots should be 5.5-point favorites against anybody. Anyone in the league, I don't think the Patriots should be 5.5. Which is why I think the odds makers are on their side, and I think they roll this week. Hopefully they don't beat themselves. All right. We didn't get into much of the Bill Chisholm stuff yesterday. I figured we'd do a little bit here. I do want to get into some more Drake May stuff. We'll talk to Mike Kadlick. We got In or Out. We got the musings. We got Joe Me the Money at the end of the hour. I got Virginia over Florida State to cover tonight. They're winning 7-0 right now after one quarter. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray.
What's the process like of deciding how much you guys are going to spend year in and year out, the tax decision this year? What's that process actually going to look like, and do you plan to spend into the tax this year?
So it is the process starts with how do we win, and then how do we win, now, and how do we win in the medium term next year and the year after and the year after that. Probably can't think much beyond that, but that is a consideration actually, because these things can last. You can really damage a situation for the very long term. So I would say it starts with that philosophy is like, how do we win in the short term, medium term, and longer term, and then working back from that, how do we put together the jigsaw puzzle to do that and accomplish all those goals, and how do we raise as many banners as we can, frankly. And ultimately, I'm listening to Brad and his team. I'm listening to Rich and to Bill and those folks, and taking just adding my bits and pieces here and there, but really relying on them to come forward with the right answer.
Back there yesterday too, fanboying. I want more rings. I got 2. I want 3, and I want 4, and I'm gonna retire on this. Oh, and then the back and forth schmoozing. What was one of them? Wick Rosbeck is everything that embodies Celtics basketball. And then somebody asked Bill Chisholm, "Hey, are you going to be sitting courtside as well?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to be sitting there." And he goes, "But Wick said that he's going to handle the officials part. I'm going to have to stay out of that one." Like, how corny was that? Corn. It was corny. I got to tell you something. I think you all know I have a pretty good sense of smell. I walked in today and I smelled a rotten Italian sub. I did.
I think Wick is like the ultimate Celtic.
He's like the ultimate Celtic. Sorry. Bill, you make a lot of money and I respect you, sir, and you're smarter than me and I am dumb.
I think Wick is like the ultimate Celtic.
He's like, you're like the greatest of all time. Sorry. It didn't feel authentic, and that's why I got a good nose for things, The Joey the Nose. That was not authentic. Skaz, I've sat in corporate rooms. I've worked for corporate companies before.
I don't want to derail you, Joe, but you mentioned an Italian sub that you smelled earlier. Did you ever get to the bottom of that?
No, I walked in. I walked off the elevator. I didn't smell it yet. Usually I can smell it off the elevator. I walked in. Jay Stu stopped me. I talked to him. And as I proceeded to go to the Jock Lounge, I went, "It smells like a rotten Italian sub." I think I said it before I even entered the room. So what is it? Do you know what's
I have
going
no
on?
idea, no.
No, somebody ate an Italian sub and put it in the trash because I can smell it. You won't smell it now. Maybe Luis got it. I should ask him. Someone ate an Italian sub.
You think it could have been one of the Baseball Hour boys before the show?
See, McCarthy's a kind of
He's a health guy.
I mean, he has gotten like salmon before with me, but that doesn't smell like that.
It wasn't like a Chipotle or anything.
Milliken wouldn't eat that.
Didn't smell like a Milliken.
He's just no. That intern though, I don't know anything about him. Could have been him.
Blaming the intern.
It wasn't Kevin either. Kevin knows better. It wasn't Chase too, because he hardly ever eats at work. And I thought it was River immediately, actually. Anyways, Bill Chisholm, did anybody find that authentic? I didn't. And I'm not saying they faked it, but I just don't think he knows what to, I think he's scared to say something because of this town. Like, they say one thing, I'll run with it. Again, I'm already crapping on him for saying, like, the best Celtic ever. I'm sorry, I got to give him a chance. I do. He's like the best Celtic ever.
I think Wick is like the ultimate Celtic.
Like this is what I mean. This I have to give him a chance. So, Bill, if you're listening, I'm happy to give you a chance. And just remember, if I break your balls, it's only because I like you. It's a pretty easy way to say it, right? If I don't like you, I don't really bust your chops. Kind of don't talk to you. And I talk in a louder voice. People think it's yelling, but it's just me. Maybe I freaked out a little bit about the scoreboard. I got a lot of texts about that. You know what people were sending me too, by the way? I don't want your solutions. I don't want your Joe, just go to the Score app. Or Joe, just download it or go out here. No! I don't want to have to go somewhere else to get the score. Rob's in Situate. Hello, Rob.
Joe, what's up, buddy? How are you?
How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
Hey, I got the game on, and I'm off tomorrow.
Me too, man. Next 8 days, I'm off.
Jeez, man, what do you do for work?
I'm a firefighter.
Oh, I was gonna say is a no-show job, but no, the firefighter. Thank you for your service, sir.
No problem. Well, it's similar to a no-show job.
Well, I don't know, man. Situate's like one of those crazy storm towns. Like if a big storm's coming or the snow, dude. Situate is the worst.
I just live there. I work out at Hanscom Air Force Base in Bedford.
Oh, you're near us. We're in Waltham.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good ride for you every day.
Well, that's the thing. I do 48-hour shifts, so I'm, it's not like I don't show up every day. I'm there for 2 days.
What would you rather do? Would you rather work the 48 hours and have the days off, or would you rather work 5 days?
No, I like my shift.
What?
Hey, I'm on the radio. Chill.
What's up, guys?
Picking up my dog, Joe.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, Joe, I got a comment on the Italian sub.
Yes.
Maria's in Situate.
Yeah.
He's on the radio.
I know you know it. That's the best sub in town, kid.
Yeah. Is that your favorite sub of all time?
Nah, no. I still like the D'Angelo steak and cheese.
Oh,
if you can find it.
D'Angelo is such a classic. Great bread.
Great, Red.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Joe, always a pleasure. Good talking to you.
All right, dude.
Love
thank
the
you.
show.
Appreciate you. What's your kid's name?
Yep.
Amanda.
Oh, hey, Amanda.
What's up, Joe?
What's up? Red Sox going to
Doing
win or what?
camp duties, Joe.
All right. Thank you, buddy. I almost dropped. You ever see You Can't Hardly Wait?
What?
Hey, I'm on the radio. Chill.
Whenever you get a out of me, yeah.
What?
Hey, I'm on the radio. Chill.
We're an hour down, everybody. 4th and Friday. Hut. What does 4th and Friday mean? I don't know. We're just going to continue to keep going here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Telfair Tire Studios, WBZ-FM and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group Station.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, according to the scoreboard on Apple Plus Television, 0-0 Boston and Detroit, top of the 4th inning. Kyle Harrison is on the mound. He's a lefty, everybody. If you didn't know, he came over in the Rafael Devers trade. And so far, he has 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. I'll take the strikeouts. So is 6 strikeouts worth 3 walks? I'll take it. I still think they should have reviewed the Low Vaughn hit. Maybe they should have got the iPhone 17 to find out if he hit it or not. What's the leash on this guy tonight, by the way? Harrison. When do you start warming somebody in that bullpen? Anyways, what do we got going on? Well, the Patriots and Panthers will square off on Sunday. Jared Wilson is out. That's not good. Christian Gonzalez, Clevion Chason, and Mike Nwenu. Whoa, who'd be the other lineman if he can't play? And some sad news. Terrell Williams dealing with a health issue and will be out indefinitely. Prayers to go out to our buddy Terrell Williams. The NFL announced Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, will host season games beginning in 2026. And at the Ryder Cup, according to Skaz, it's not good. Headlines, they are brought to you by Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. 100% employee-owned, your go-to independent lumberyard. Partner with CCL and CCL Homescapes for all your building needs right in Abington. I'm Joe Murray.
Start your day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Work through your day.
What's that thing we do at the end of the show?
And end your day.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I don't know.
Right here. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Well, Virginia is up 14-0 on Florida State, so I'm happy about that one. I took Arizona State. They're at 9 o'clock tonight for those. Hey, I'm already giving out picks. Joe Me the Money's at 10:35, everybody. We might even get some Flow Me the Money on social tonight. Our intern Rivers here. Are you sure you didn't eat that Italian sub? I don't know, man. I smelled it. I feel like you guys are screwing with me. He did eat it. I know he did. I smelled it. Oh, he's turning his mic on. I can't hear him.
Oh, you can't?
I can now.
I can promise you, no sandwich for me today.
Yeah, but you've had sandwiches before. I don't trust you.
No, I have, but I don't have any today.
But you've had one before.
I've had two before. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, do you think it's still lingering from last Friday?
No, I think it's lingering from the one you ate today. But you're telling me you didn't eat one today.
No.
But it's hard for me to believe you because you've had them before.
How do you want me to prove it to you that
I don't want you to prove it to me. I'm just looking for a culprit. It's gone anyways. I bet you if I go walk down there, it's gone anyways. Louise took care of it. But I don't want to smell that. You know what else I don't want to smell? You ever get when someone, what's that salad, like antipasta and all that? And that feta smell. I do like feta, but the smell, cheese stinks. I love cheese, but it stinks.
Are you a smelly cheese guy?
So, you know what's funny? I love cheese. Like, love cheese.
It would be on Joe Murray's Mount Rushmore of foods.
Top 5.
Top 5,
wherever,
as Joe would say.
Wherever Street Dude Joe
Top
is.
5.
Cheese would be on my top 5, Skaz. But I don't think I've ever smelled the smelliest cheese of them all. But I do like the finest meats and cheeses. Oh, and a charcuterie board. Just, I keep getting off track. But anyways, that stuff smelled. Speaking of smelling, it's 1-0 over at Fenway Park right now, Detroit. Remember when I said they should have got somebody warming? I knew.
You know the Mets traded, I believe it was Pete Crow Armstrong for Javi Baez?
Yeah.
That's not a great trade.
That one's not looking good. They need more from him today. Someone said it was about 4 feet below the line, that home run I keep thinking about. 4 feet? Really? Anyways. So did you know that Drake May grew up loving the Carolina Panthers?
Would make sense.
Who's the first Panther you think of?
It's Cam Newton and Steve Smith. They're 1 and 2.
What year were you born?
93.
Hang on, let me Carolina. So they would have been 95, 96, 95.
I think of Jake Delhomme was a Musin Muhammad.
But like 1995 Panthers, like the
I was
original
2 years
team?
old.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No shot.
Steve Berline. He was on that team. Musin Muhammad probably was. You're right. Kevin Green was because the Steelers didn't want him anymore, and he wanted to tack on a few more years to get that sack record.
They had the big boy from Coastal, too, for a while there. He was like a fullback running back. Was it Mike Tolbert?
Mike Tolbert could move.
Yeah.
He was
Coastal
a big
guy.
boy.
He was a big boy.
And they always had good running backs. Is it Jonathan Stewart?
Oh, yeah, Jonathan Stewart.
And they had the other one from Memphis there. They were like a duo. Stewart and...
Not D'Angelo Hall.
D'Angelo Hall.
Was it D'Angelo Hall?
Wait, it was D'Angelo Hall. He was a
Steeler,
D'Angelo
wasn't he?
Williams.
D'Angelo Williams.
There you go. Yeah, see, you know.
Yeah, kind of. Julius Peppers.
He's the best one, right?
Yeah, probably. I'd put Cam and Steve Smith right up there. Remember He Hate Me?
Rod Smart.
He was on those teams.
He was in the XFL. Drake May had a Cam Newton fathead on his wall in his childhood bedroom. He was in the stands a lot during the Panthers Super Bowl run. You know, Cam Newton was like the ultimate Panther. Sorry. Steve Smith was very... when Luke Kuechly, I told you, I interviewed him. When I first got in the radio business, I got like a press pass to BC Media Day. And I was hanging out with like this little dude. And come to find out that little dude was Luke Kuechly. He was like, yeah, the middle linebacker. I'm like, no, you're not, bro. I actually dismissed Luke Kuechly.
One of the best linebackers of the last 25 years.
Maybe one of the best of all time. Maybe. I mean, at least top 50 of all time. He was good. But yeah, I went to BC Media Day. Matt Ryan was there. I knew a couple of the guys. Gosder Cherilus. Who else was there? Andre Callender. He's a pretty good running back they had at the time.
Ricky Prohl.
Oh, he was, because he was before he went to the Rams. He played for the Rams that won a championship. But we all know Drake May grew up in Huntersville, North Carolina, about 20 minutes north of Charlotte. He was a die-hard Carolina Panthers fan. When May was 13, he asked his dad if he could go to the Super Bowl if the Panthers made it. At the time, the Panthers were a middling team with a preseason win total of 8.5. They won one playoff game in 9 years. So his dad said yes. 4 months later, they were in the stands at Santa Clara, California, as Newton, fresh off winning the NFL MVP, led the Panthers onto the field for a Super Bowl matchup with Peyton Manning and the Broncos. Oh, that must have sucked. That was like one of the most dominant defensive performances I've ever seen in my life. Like, the Ravens defense was great. No, the Broncos performance with Von Miller that day, that was Von Miller prime. He's still going, by the way, Von Miller. But that day, Peyton Manning on one side, him on the other, they were one of the best teams.
They had the guy from the Cowboys, too, there that's in the Hall of Fame now, right?
DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah, he was a stud.
Yeah. They had defensive lineman Champ Bailey, I think might have been on. Might have been. But a decade after that magical Super Bowl run, May had a front row seat for the surging NFL starting quarterback fresh off the best 2-game stretch of his NFL career and his hometown team. I'm reading an article from The Athletic. This is Chad Graff. Drake May ranks 5th in completion percentage, 7th in success rate, 10th in adjusted yards per attempt, 2nd in completion percentage. But the offensive 5 turnovers last week mitigated all of that success. After May threw 10 interceptions and fumbled 9 times in essentially 11 games last season, the turnover issues have persisted. Through 3 games, May has thrown 2 interceptions and fumbled twice. His latest fumble last weekend against the Steelers occurred on a play where it appeared May was trying to flip the ball downfield. Carolina's defense provides a tough test for May. The Panthers rank 4th defensively in passing EPA per play and 9th in success rate. And that's while only having notched a league-low 1 sack, dude. I did not know that. Do you know that? They have 1 sack? That said, their run defense has been a bit more suspect. Ooh, Chad Graff. 24th in EPA per play and 18th in success rate. The Panthers run it effectively and may open up the play action for May. Patriots rank 14th in play action usage this season. And May has completed 16 of 25 passes for 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in those situations. May spent time this week downplaying the numbers, even though he's shown growth. The matchup probably wouldn't mean more to May if the game were back in Carolina. He probably would have been flooded with ticket requests and old friends looking to catch up. Instead, he's trying to treat this one against the team he grew up rooting for, just another game at home where the Pats have plenty of work to do. Since the start of 2023, the Patriots are 3-16 at home, the worst mark in the NFL. They're 11-25 since the start of the 2021 season. It's also the worst in the NFL. So I just want to remind everybody, the Patriots are the worst home team in the NFL since 2021. Can I let that resonate? Want to do a pregnant pause? Worst team! The worst! Since 21. If you've been to a Patriots home game, they've won 11 of them and lost 25 of them. Joe Math, let's do it. So 25, right? So 25, 36 games. So it's just 30%. 30% of the time they win. 30%. And if I really want to get into the weeds, 15%, Skaz. 15%. Patriots are 3-16. 15% of the time they win. That means that 85% of the time you go to a Patriots game at Gillette, they lose. Imagine that. Imagine. You can't lose to this team. You can't lose to this team tomorrow. This is a big, big, big. This, you know what? I'm declaring this the biggest win for the Patriots since the Tom Brady era. Has anything else meant much? No. A meaningless game against the Carolina Panthers means a lot for the Patriots. All right. Well, do you want me to tell you the score, or do you guys want to wait for it? Because it's not good. What's worse, the Red Sox right now or the Ryder Cup?
Probably the Sox. Well, I guess the Ryder Cup, they got all weekend. But I would say, honestly, Joe, I'm going to go with the Ryder Cup. The Ryder Cup is worse.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that then, and we're going to talk to Mike Kadlick coming up next here on the Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Clogged drain never happens at a good time. John Stewart Drain Cleaning will locate.
went out and got myself some moons today. Let's welcome in Mike Kadlick. He's of Sports Illustrated, CLNS, and he joins us here on the Sports Hub. Mike, have you ever had a half moon from like Diane's Bakery or Dedham or some sort of bakery out there?
Yeah, I can dabble in a half moon every once in a while. The nice cakey, spongy, the center is the way to go, and then they got the nice. It's like I know you know what I'm talking about, but the way the frosting sits and is like hard, but it's still got the nice flavor. It's just a half moon's good stuff.
Like Roach Brothers it's not creamy, but it's like still good.
Yeah.
But I got one today from Modern.
Oh, that's the way to go too, huh? Nice.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Treat yourself Friday.
Well, I did treat myself. I got a haircut. And
okay.
I'm the kind of guy, when I get a haircut, I sit in the chair. I went to a Dominican barbershop, and they had the movie The Mule on.
Okay.
Watched it with Spanish subtitles.
Sure.
And I laid back, and they used a razor blade and gave me the works with the towel and did my eyebrows. And
so you went going to the North End to get your hair done?
I went to
your beard done?
I went to Medford today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then next door to it just happens to be Modern Pastry.
Okay. Nice. Well, good for you. That's, you get yourself right with that. I need a haircut. I got too much going on up here. I need to get one done by the weekend. So
yeah, it felt good taking care of myself today.
Doesn't it? It always does. It always does.
Hey, in your mind, who's the first Carolina Panther that comes to your mind? Ever?
Ever? Cam Newton. Okay. No doubt about it.
Is Cam Newton the best Carolina Panther of all time?
Julius Peppers comes to mind. Steve Smith was very good. But I think just the position, the impact, the fact that he brought them to a Super Bowl, won an MVP, I would still probably put Cam Newton on the top of that list, yeah.
I think Luke Kuechly might go down after Peppers.
Okay, that's fair.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, but I just think that, I mean, as you know, the quarterback is so important. And Drake May said this week that the reason he's no longer a Carolina Panthers fan is because of the way they essentially shoved Cam Newton out the door towards the end of his career and didn't re-sign him and did that whole thing. He said he didn't root for them starting after that. Now that he's in the league and plays for the Patriots, I'm sure that fandom doesn't hardly matter. But there was a buzz down there with Cam Newton there for a long time. And I've listened to podcasts lately of Greg Olsen talk about Cam and Luke Kuechly talk about Cam and Cam Newton himself talk about Cam. And the three of them have all said the same thing about that one play in that Super Bowl 50 that seemingly defines him now when he looked like he didn't jump on the football. Everyone says that wasn't Cam Newton. Like that was not I'm going to protect myself here instead of try and win the game. They've all said that he was a gamer. He was a winner. He did what was for the team. And so, that always kind of struck me that not only Cam said that he regrets it, and he has said he didn't know what went over him in that moment. So he was good here as a person, as a player. He wasn't great, but I've always kind of had something in my mind for Cam Newton, and I put him at the top of those Panthers list for sure.
Well, the Patriots, since that Cam Newton season, are 11-25 at home. Since then,
it's not great, Joe, and we've talked about that home schedule, or that they got to win at home. And we've talked about it the last couple weeks on this show. We said it last week with Pittsburgh. Obviously, that went down the drain really fast with those 5 turnovers. But yeah, they come here now. They have a get right game against what should be an inferior opponent in Carolina this week. And look, they need to be able to get that home field advantage back. And it was so valuable during those Brady years to be able to just know that they can win. They're going to win the games they have at home in Gillette Stadium. And it's almost like a detriment to them now. Like they can't win at home. We talked after the Miami game here where they finally found a way to win a football game that they didn't play their best, that was close and was tight at the end and wasn't going their way at the end. And they, for lack of a better term, sacked up in Miami and won that game. But then they didn't do it the next week at home where, again, backs against the wall, 5 turnovers. They still had a chance and they didn't get it done. So they flipped the switch in Miami. They need to be able to flip the switch again here this week because having a home field advantage like that can be so crucial in football. You saw it with those, those mid 2010 Seattle Seahawks teams in whatever it was called, the 12th man at Lumen Field. And you see it in Kansas City now at Arrowhead. Like, it's valuable to be able to go 7-1, 8-0 at home during a season. Patriots need to get back to that.
Hey, Mike, did you couple of things regarding the Panthers. Chuba Hubbard's been outstanding the last 2 seasons. If you add his last 2 seasons, he's rushed for 2,100 yards, 15 touchdowns. His last 16 games, 1285, 10 touchdowns, 80 yards per game, 50 receptions, 3 touchdowns. That really has to help Bryce Young, wouldn't you say, as far as maybe Bryce Young's turnaround and improvement. And people don't like this, Mike, but it's just the facts. If you look at Bryce Young's last 13 games and Drake May's 13 games, Bryce Young's had a better 13-game sample of late than Drake May. So I know people are going to say, oh, I would take Drake May all day over Bryce Young. That's what I'm worried about this week. I'm worried about that overlooking Bryce Young, and I'm also worried about the look-ahead spot, the fact that Buffalo's on deck. This is a huge game for the Patriots. If they win this one, they're 2-2, and they have a little bit of extra time next week against Buffalo. So 2-2 going into Buffalo's, but I hope they don't look ahead. Chuba Hubbard, I know he's hurting. He can run the ball. The team still had a shutout last week. The line's 5.5. I would never take the Patriots 5.5, but I do like them this week. But I just want to let you know, their defense, top 4 in certain areas. Like, I didn't realize the Panthers have actually turned it around this year.
Yeah, a lot to unpack there. We'll start on Bryce Young. He's a good little player. And, I mean that literally. He's a short guy. He doesn't have much of a frame, but he's done a good job at sort of reframing what he was as a quarterback coming out of Alabama. He was the first overall pick. He had a brutal first season. He had a brutal start to last season. He got benched for Andy Dalton very, very quickly, right? Like, it was, a 17-game sample size as a rookie or whatever. And then, 2-3 games in, Canales said, "You're not our guy right now. You need to sit. You need to get better behind the scenes." And that's exactly what he did. He sat behind Dalton. He took it in stride. They put Bryce back out there to end the season, and he played really, really well. Now, to start this year, he wasn't great, but he bounced back in week 3. Despite losing to Arizona, he threw for almost 400 yards, and he looked like, he's decisive with the football. His like quick twitch ability to just make fast decisions and put the ball out there. He has some touch. He has anticipation. He's a good player. And then last week, obviously, they shut out Atlanta like 30-0 or something, and he looked good again. So I'm with you on not overlooking Bryce Young. I think he's continuing to grow, continuing to make strides. And the more reps he gets in this Dave Canales offense, the better he's going to be. As far as the weapons around him, you're right. Chuba Hubbard's been really good. He's dealing with an injury, as is Ted McMillan, the rookie wide receiver. I think he was the 10th overall pick for them this year, who has had a solid start to his rookie season in Carolina as well. Probably Bryce Young's top target already. So they're dealing with things. Xavier Legette is out with a hamstring injury. So Tet looking like he'll play, probably not 100%. Same with Chuba Hubbard. So that's big from a Patriots angle. But as far as an overall angle, you mentioned that offense and having a running game. It is a huge thing to be able to lean on. And it's something that, we in New England thought that the Patriots were going to be able to lean on a little bit more for Drake May to get him, really, really moving forward in this Josh McDaniels offense. Now, he's looked better since week 1, but the run game still hasn't been great. And, we know the turnover issue that they had last week. So I look at this game. I think they should win it. I look at the spread. I do think I'm with you there. It is a little large, especially for, you factor in what the Patriots have done at home lately, and it's next to nothing. And there is a bit of a look ahead spot here, Joe, but I just think that, this team, who they are, what they've been the last couple of years, you're kidding yourself if you're already looking ahead to a Buffalo team next week. You need to worry about what's on your plate right now. You need to get through week 4. if you're looking ahead to Buffalo as a team, you have other problems because you have no right to be looking ahead to the 5-time in a row AFC East championship or champions right now. Like that's not the level you're on. You need to eat what's on your plate. And right now it's a Carolina team that you can beat. So and I look at again that Pittsburgh game last week, and I hate looking back and the what if game, but they really, really could have had that game. If they won that, if they win this week, and then you're going into Sunday Night Football 3-1 against the Buffalo Bills. Now that would have been a strong start for this team. Again, you go in 2-2 and play some respectful football in Buffalo. You're talking about something else, but this can't be a look at spot. You got to worry about Carolina, and it is a game that they 100% can win.
Mike, who would play if somehow Mike Onwenu was out and Jared Wilson's out? Who are the guards?
They would have to elevate someone from the practice squad. Ben Brown is their swing guard. They have their Bryant, the kid they drafted, is the swing tackle on the other side. They have Lowe and Marcus Bryant, but they would elevate someone from the practice squad. I believe they have the kid from BC is still in the building. Josh Connor. It's not Connerly. It's Connolly. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Vidarian Lowe's still around. Maybe they move.
Kick Lowe inside.
I don't know.
You finally get your. Maybe people finally get their Will Campbell at guard take, where they kick Will into guard. They play someone else on the left side. Now we're talking.
Maybe it's Caden Wallace, right?
Oh, you know what, Joe? He slipped my mind, and that's exactly who it would be, because Caden Wallace has been their swing everything.
Did you know you panicked though, right?
Yes, I did. I 100% panicked. I couldn't think of the practice squad guys. Like, they're in a tough situation if both guards.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the line hasn't been ultimately their biggest problem. Like, it hasn't been.
No, it hasn't, and neither has receiver. To be fair.
Okay.
My point there, Joe, before we continue, is that the wide receiver and the offensive line position have been these glaring holes on this team, and those haven't been the reasons why they've lost 2 out of their first 3 games. But continue.
No, it just hasn't been their major problem. But yeah, the panic that set in when I asked was like, wow, if there is no Onwenu and all the Moses issues, it's just, it gets a little scary there.
So shout out Kevin Stone from the New England Football Journal just texted me and said his name's Jack Conley from BCU. Expletive. So I lost the name. I lost the guards. It's tough sledding if those guys go down. We've talked about how much
we don't want to know their names, Mike. That's the problem.
Exactly.
We don't want to know them.
Yeah. So I would go Caden Wallace if you had to, but I don't. Long story short, in all of this as well, Mike Onwenu was listed as a full participant today at practice. He's questionable with a shoulder injury. I would be stunned if he didn't play. I know you prefaced it by saying if he does, and doesn't sound like you think there's any question there either. But I think that's more so Vrabel and Stretch and those guys playing by the injury rules, so they don't get boned on the other side. If Onwenu has something on his shoulder or says something and nobody knew he was dealing with it. So I think he's going to be fine. But it does get to tough sledding if Jared Wilson and Onwenu would be out in the interior for sure.
All right, we'll talk about Mike Kadlick. He is of Sports Illustrated and CLNS Media. So Ramondre, just last year he gets threatened to get benched, but doesn't. Then everyone thinks he's going to get benched this week, and he's not. Just everyone loves Ramondre Stevenson, huh?
They're in a dilemma here. They really are, because as we saw in week 2 against Miami, Ramondre is a good player if he can just hold on to the damn football. And it hit him bad last year, the injury bug. And then we kind of asked about it ad nauseum this summer, both to Ramondre and to Vrabel. What happens if the fumbles continue? And what did you work on this summer? And was ball security a thing? And Ramondre kept saying that, it's been at the top of his priority list. And Vrabel was basically saying that, we're past that. And we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to, move forward and fresh, clean slate, what have you. And It looked good for 2 weeks, and then obviously we saw what happened last week. So the thing is, though, Joe, is Antonio Gibson, Travion Henderson, that's it behind him. Like Terrell Jennings is on the practice squad. I don't see him necessarily getting elevated this week. I think they're just going to roll with Stevenson, and I guess until he fumbles again, you wait and see what happens, but he's their best pass blocking running back. He's right now their best receiving back out of the backfield, and he's their best runner. He's their best all-around running back aside from the fumbles, and I know that's non-negotiable, but you kind of just have to roll with it right now because you don't have much behind him, and it's Henderson hasn't sparked yet by any means. He's been okay out of the backfield as a pass catcher, but the pass blocking hasn't been there, and his running hasn't been great either. I'm not sure what he's averaging per carry, but we've talked about it on the show a couple of times this week. Taylor mentioned on our Patriots Daily podcast on CLNS that he kind of just sees the hole and goes, and he doesn't really read it out too well. So he's having a hard time. And then Gibson is someone who you don't want to give the lion's share of the carries. So their three-pronged attack in the backfield looked good through 2 weeks. It was obviously abysmal last week, but it sounds like they're going to give him a chance. And given where the room is at, I don't necessarily blame Vrabel for telling him, let's just work through it, hold on to the damn football, and let's ride.
All right, Mike. We don't have to comment on Terrell Williams. Sad to hear, and
sure,
prayers are with him. And it's unfortunate this happened. Who's the offensive line coach that had a health issue as well?
Adrian Clem. Yes. He was with Oregon a couple years ago.
So just unfortunate. The last couple of years, the coaching staff has had to deal with it, and unfortunately, you gotta be selfish in these situations when you're a coach like that, and everybody supports him, and just won't be part of the team at the moment or indefinitely. Do they do anything else? Do they kind of keep everything in house? Could they bring somebody else in? What are your thoughts on that?
I would assume, Joe, that they're gonna keep it status quo like it is right now, and let Zach Core continue to call the defense. And it's kind of been, it's the situation's awful, and not in any way going to make light of it. I mean, we obviously wish the best of Terrell Williams, but he's been dealing with problems really since he got here. He had the health issue in the spring, was here a little bit in the summer, but they've kind of given Zach Core the reins to the defense. So it's not like it's a sudden switch, which is promising for them. He's been calling the D the last couple of weeks. He's worked hands-on with these guys for a while. And I think that they're just going to go forward like that until Williams can, hopefully get healthy and be back with the team. But I do think they've had a solid and consistent plan in place, given that he's been in and out of the building for, again, ever since he got here back in the spring. So I believe they'll run through with Core. He'll obviously be more involved in game planning and calling it than his position coach duties, but I do think they'll keep it in house. And Vrabel mentioned Vinny DePalma today as well, old BC kid who has been an assistant here. It sounds like DePalma's taken over the linebackers a little bit more with Zach Core taking over the defensive play call duty. So I think that's probably the trickle effect, and they will keep it in house and not necessarily reach for anybody else on staff.
All right, Mike. Last week I said Cam Hayward would be the MVP of the game. He was. Batted down the interception and then forced a fumble. Going with Derek Brown this week. I'm ready for that match. That guy's honestly,
he's a monster.
If I played left tackle, it'd be like, you ever see Half Baked?
Yeah.
When Nasty Nate, and he's like, no, I am not a fish. That's what I would be like thinking of Derek Brown all night long.
Yeah, that's going to be that's their biggest challenge, is stopping that on the interior. And their pass rush isn't great in Carolina, but they've been able to stop the run. And it starts and ends with Derek Brown in the middle. They're going to have their hands full. I'm sure they'll move him around, like you said, not only have him over the center, but guard tackle and kind of move him around, because you have such a young offensive line, inexperienced offensive line, and it's been 3 weeks of the same five guys, but now that switches, and where Jared Wilson is on that line affects everything. It affects the left, it affects the right. And there's going to be like I said, a trickle down throughout that as well. So he would be my X factor. If they can shut him out, I think they give themselves a really good chance. As far as an MVP of the game, I guess we could go chalk and call it Drake May, because I think Drake's going to have a good day. I think he's going to have a bounce back game and lead the Patriots to a win and get them to 500 before taking on Buffalo in Week 5.
All right, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Everything else
Always
good?
Good. Got some Pizza Friday back on track this week. Mike and Lenny's, no free ads. Shout out.
Where's that?
Shout out those guys in Walpole.
Walpole, huh?
Yeah. Good job. It's like they make them out of a ghost kitchen, and it's just a curbside pickup. But it's a nice bar pizza place. So we picked that up earlier. It was really good.
Oh, no, I'm in on that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'll send you it. It's good. It's really good.
You tell Mike and Lenny. Is it Mike and Lenny?
Mike and Lenny.
You tell them that Joe Murray's interested in their pizza.
I will. I'll give them a shout. I'll tell them. Maybe we'll get them in studio. We'll have a day.
A nice little collab.
Oh yeah, I'm down. All right, I'll reach out.
Real quick, what kind of pizza did you get?
What do you think?
Lettuce?
No, pizza. Pickle. Excuse me. Pickle pizza. Pickle pizza.
Pickle pizza on a
bar pizza. Oh yeah. And then we got like a garlic cheesy bread type thing too. I tweeted out a picture. Go check it out.
Somehow I missed this. I tweeted out the moons.
You did? I missed those too. I got to check those out.
So, you know what it was? It's because we were talking to each other.
I know.
So like when we talk to each other, we don't look at each other's pages.
No, we're at Joey Murr.
I see you.
You see him?
Ooh,
what do you think?
Ooh, they gave you dipping sauce too.
Yeah, with the garlic bread they gave him. Yeah. Oh yeah. Where are the moons?
Well, it should be at the top of my page.
Where are the moons, Joe? Why can't I find them?
I don't know. Maybe hit recent.
Oh, look at those. Those are moons.
It was like they used this knife, but like a thick one.
Yeah. Oh, those are.
And just lathered it.
Nice. Yep. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Good stuff.
Yep. It was. I only ate one. I left the other one in my bag. Hopefully it didn't smush.
What? Is it going to melt? It's a little hot out there.
Well, I have. You know what's funny? I have a backpack that has a thermal case.
Oh,
so like
nice.
Yeah, so like if you bring an ice pack, it keeps it cool. It actually just keeps it like if I get it hot and I put it in there, it stays hot. It's a thermal backpack.
Who makes that?
I don't know. I bought it off Amazon.
Okay,
I just typed in thermal backpack. It also has a USB adapter.
Wow, you're living large, Joe, huh? So
I'm on the road a lot, dude.
Yeah. So is it is the entire backpack thermal, or is it just like one spot for it, like a lunchbox, like a built-in lunchbox?
It's a regular backpack with one zipper for the laptop, then one for like miscellaneous. It has multiple zippers for like little things, envelopes, things like that, and then in the middle it has a gigantic pouch with a thermos, like a thermal, like the keeps it cool and everything.
Could you like put like a 6-pack of beer in there, like throw some ice in and stuff?
You could definitely fit like a 6-pack of like Down East ciders in there. But I like Tupperware.
Would it leak?
No. Well, I put an elastic around it, and it's never leaked. Now I got crumbs from like bags of chips, but it's never leaked like a Tupperware.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna have to check it out.
I'll get the name and I'll send it to you.
Love it. All right,
Mike. Enjoy the game this weekend. I'll be here.
Appreciate you.
Sounds
good.
Bye.
Talk to you.
All right, we got to get Mike and Lenny's Pizza going. Shout out to them. Gabe in our chat, who had a big hit last night, he took Marvin Harrison touchdown. Just mentioned a steak and cheese pizza. I've never had that before. Or maybe I have. Anyways. All right, let's go to the headline. I'll tell you what the score is if the scoreboard's working here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, first with the Patriots, they play this weekend. The Panthers, they could be without Jared Wilson. They will be without Jared Wilson. And Michael Onwenu is listed as questionable, so Christian Gonzalez also listed as questionable, along with Clavion Chason. Chuba Hubbard, one of the top running backs for the Panthers, he is listed as questionable as well. Xavier Legette out for the Panthers. Right now, Red Sox top of the 6th inning over at Fenway Park. They trail the Tigers 3-1. Kyle Harrison got the start. 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. They're trying to hang in there. A win tonight, and they're in. If not, we're going to be watching the Astros later on, and nobody wants to do that. Headlines, they are brought to you by our good friends, and of course, they are good friends. I always forget them, even though they're my good friends. Does that still make them good friends? Damn thing. I'm on another day here. Celsius! How can I forget about Celsius energy drinks? Refresh your energy with 0 sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. I love Moons. And I'm Joe Murray.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
No, I can't tell because I can't see a scoreboard or outs. Are you watching this?
I've just put it on in the
Tell
studio.
me if you can see any. Am I missing something? Am I
There
blind?
is no score bug.
There's no score bug. Is there outs? This sucks. I can't believe it. I miss Nesson.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
No, I miss Nesson. I still don't know the score. There's no scoreboard. What the hell? Still, they just went to an end of the inning with no score. Apple Plus, put the score and the outs on the screen. You're making me miss Nesson. That sucks. We got to go to the headline. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. That was all authentic and real. It's much better than that Celtics thing we saw yesterday. That was not authentic. Well, the score bug's up and the score is there. It's 3-1. Tigers. So the Red Sox better get it together. That was annoying. I had it all ready to go. Remember, River, you came last week and fixed it and they got us all going in there. And so I walked in today. All I had to do was turn. Everything was great. Everything was great. It was their fault. Anyways, we're going to do in or out at the top of the hour, but Ryan in Malden is on the line. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? Great show tonight. And the reason that I'm calling, I got a couple of reasons, but I'm just out on streaming. And the main thing is you had no score box. I mean, the thing you want to watch in a football game or any type of game is the score. Call me crazy on that. I mean, it's just, 2 + 2 = 4. But how we doing tonight, Joe?
I'm great, man. I got a haircut in Malden, Medford today.
Well, we're in Medford. Which one?
I go to the Dominican Barber in Medford Square next to the Modern Pastry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I got a nice fresh cut. And,
yeah, nice. You're looking good, looking fresh. I love it. And you get
thank you. And then I walked into Modern, which is cash only, as you may know. And I said, hey. Because we were talking moons last night. Remember the moon?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? I want a couple of moons. So I got 2 half moons. I ate one in the car already.
I think the one in the car should be good. I mean, talking about that backpack, I need to check out one of those. So I also got so I want to talk about a few things, but going in real quick, I got 2 half moons at Elm Street Bakery in Everett, and if you haven't been there, try it. Is there frosting when you get it? Is it like coming out of a fridge, or is it like they make it on the spot? And you know what I'm trying to say?
Ooh, okay. It's been introduced to me recently. Like, I love a whoopie pie. You like whoopie pies?
All day, every day. And only if it's fresh. It's got to come right, like, I've been sitting for a little while. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like, I like to put a moon pie now in the fridge. So when I eat it, the frosting's cold.
And on that.
So maybe I should go put the moon that's in my bag in the fridge.
I think that would be a good idea. I mean, there's a possibility of melting, but I mean, the way you were talking about the backpack sounds like you could put some ice cubes in there and it'd be good for a few hours.
Yeah. So you were in Everett? What are you doing over there?
My girl, I had to go visit my girl. She's working right now, by the way. She says to say hi. She works, I don't want to say what she does too much, but she loves the show. You know why? She loves the show. And just to give you a heads up, just real quick, and I don't want to talk about the Pats, and I'm going to get into that after in a second. This is a must-win game. I don't know how many times I felt like I said that this year, and this is 4 or 5 games in. I can't even count anymore. But it's so frustrating watching the Patriots play. Last week was a game we should have and could have won, but Ramondre Stevenson fumbles, the Drake made, the things that just seems like it's never ended. And if we lose this week, and I think you had them at 7 wins, and I also had them at 7 wins. I mean, anyone else that had them over, I mean, Mudone, what are you thinking? But, hey, that's me. I think they need to win this week, and if they don't, something's going to – I don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to change. I don't know. Something's going to change soon, hopefully.
Have you ever been to Square Deli?
The Square Deli? Well, I don't think
it's in
in Malden?
Everett.
Wait. Is that right next to the 7-Eleven?
I think so.
Oh, have you been to the Cold Cut Factory? I have not been there, but I have been to the Cold Cut Factory, who makes 3-pound subs, this guy.
3 pounds?
3-pound subs. He's Greek. I think he's Greek.
So, like, I could get a chicken parm. It's a 3-pound breast.
He puts about three on. It's a braided roll, so on each side of the roll, you get two full chicken palms, and a half.
Yep.
Yeah, and I believe I haven't been there in a little while, but I believe it's still there. It was a staple of Malden for a long time. It was next to 7-Eleven before. Well, it's called 7-Eleven now. I think it was Store 24 before that. We were just actually talking about that yesterday.
Man.
But guess what I'm doing tomorrow, Joey?
Fireworks.
No. You know what? I wish. I'm always blasting off bangers when I can. Obviously in New Hampshire in the safest way, because safety's always first. I'm actually going out with my girl. We're going to be hitting up the South Shore. Something I really don't know a lot about. Going to be meeting with a condo couple, and this condo couple is swanky. They have a lot of money. Going to be taking ayahuasca for the second time with me and my girl.
Are you staying there?
Yeah, we're going to be staying in their hotel. Well, let me rephrase it. We're going to be staying with them, and they got a room. And I'm going to make this real quick on this pod. They have remember the movie Big?
Yeah.
So remember the playroom that they had with Tom Hanks and the bouncy, the pinball machine. They have a room almost the same exact way where they have a lot of other games and stuff that you can play like that, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Very
some kinky stuff, huh?
Yeah, listen, man, you know what? I like to live life on the edge. I mean, you live once, and, why not? It's fun. If she likes it, if my girl likes it, I'm in on it. But you got to know who you're dealing with and talking to. Because when we first took the ayahuasca, you drink it, by the way. So we drank it, and in about 1 hour, it just gets better and better. But I got to say, the first hour getting through it is not the greatest. A lot of throwing up and a lot of like they're taking care of you, holding, caressing you, and making sure you're good. And then after an hour, oh man, it hits you. Have you ever taken it? It really hits you.
No. My days of I did the mushrooms back in the day, but.
I'll say this, Joe. They're very similar to the mushrooms because I would eat the mushrooms, try to eat them with peanut butter because it would taste so horrible. But yeah, no, the ayahuasca. I think everyone should try it at least once. That's my personal opinion, especially if you're going out with another couple. And I think we're going and meeting up around the Fight Club. It's near the Boston Harbor. I think it's near the Boston Harbor Hotel.
I know exactly where it is. I got to let you go.
Yeah,
we're up against it. I'm not putting you on a clock, but you got a prediction for tomorrow or what?
My prediction for the Patriots, listen, they got to win. They have to have a good win. It's 27-17 Patriots. Drake May I got him getting 2 touchdowns, and hopefully Ramondre Stevenson gets back on track.
All right, Ryan, enjoy your weekend. Be safe.
Yeah, thanks, Joe, and shout out to the chat and Skaz. Peace out, guys.
Later, buddy. Wow, that was a dark place for a little while. Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Joseph, doing well. How are you doing, bud?
I'm hanging in there.
I got a quick question for you. So I went to Costco today to just get dog food, and they had a $44 air fryer. I've never used an air fryer before, and I don't know anything about it. Any tips or tricks or what to do with this thing? Like, what do you like to do with these things? Or do you know about them?
Yes. I'm the king of the air fryer. I'm Fryer Joe. I like to put leftovers in. So let's just hypothetically say you get Gold Fever wings from 99. Well, you bring them home. You open up a little. It's kind of like a drawer, and you pull it out. And you put the thing in there, and then you turn it on for 450 for 7 minutes, and then it comes out, and everything's hot. I love the air fryer. It's great for anything that's just been frozen. I cook a lot of pork chops in the air fryer. Yep. I'll put some. I like the Trader Joe's coffee rub. I'll rub it down, baby. Pop it in that air fryer. It comes out great. 450, 11 minutes.
Is the point of this thing like that it just cooks better and more quickly than like the normal oven, or what is the point?
Better than a microwave. It's really just a convection oven. That's all it is. It's better than remember when we had Elio's Pizza and you put it in that little toaster there thing? It's
and you put it on.
Way better.
Yeah.
It's way better.
Okay. Okay, so I appreciate that. It's a quick follow-up question off topic, but I got 2 tickets for me and my daughter to go to the game on Sunday.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I'm sitting up like way high up. I've never sat like in the upper area. Have you ever sat up there?
Yeah, well, not old stadium, not new stadium, no.
Okay. Okay, I'm just curious if I don't know what it's like up there.
You'll get a good seat. And, dude, the other thing you can do is you can walk around a lot. There's like if you go to the second level, because, dude, it's going to be a little bit of a walk, so be prepared for that. There's a lot of ramps.
Yeah.
But that second level, before you get to the third level, there's a lot to do there. There's a DraftKings where you can just sit right there and just kind of watch. You can go to the end zone and just overlook and watch the game. It's all standing room right there.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. Yeah, that big open area where you can kind of look down.
Yeah, but as long as you're at the game, it's everywhere's a good seat. My only thing is, I used to do the heavy tailgating back in the day, and walking that third ramp can sometimes be a little
bit of a slog after you've been
Come on, Dad, you're going slow, Dad. Come on, you're gonna get that, you know.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, you got the best show on the whole station. So
I really appreciate that.
No, you do. I mean, you and I like that you and Fred seem to have some. You guys are like kindred spirits. So he loves you. All he does all morning long is talk about you.
Well, I'm going to be with him on his show next Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are like kind of brothers from another mother, so that's great. But all right, brother. Well, good. Congratulations on all your success, you and Skaz and everything. So,
all right.
We'll see. Hopefully, we pull on a win, man.
All right, man. Go get that. Go get that air fryer. You let me know.
All right.
Later,
have a great night.
All right, bye. Skaz been getting a lot of shout-outs lately. I've been informing Skaz about the people that have been saying they like the show. Hey, thank you for telling us that you like the show. I mean, that's cool. I did work with Fred for a long time, so maybe I'm influenced by him. I don't want to kiss his ass right now. Am I going to do that? They do use our content a lot in the mornings, Skaz. Do we use their content? Zoe has been somewhat of a fixture this week, I would say. The Brian Barrett one, Brian Barrett's dying. I sent it to him. He's still dying about it.
Gerald Wilson.
Yeah, Gerald, who's out this week, I believe. Oh, I'm very late, Skaz, huh? Oh, jeez. All right, everybody. This hour of the sports has been brought to you by good friends, because you know what they are, and you're all our good friends as well here on 98.5 The Sports Hub is presented by Valvoline. It's an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra for oil change at Valvoline. It's an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. We got hour 3 of the show coming up next here on the Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray.
They're threatening. Let's see what happens here. Patriots and Panthers, they'll play this weekend. But Gerard Wilson. No. What's his name? Mr. Wilson will not be playing this weekend. Michael Onwenu is also questionable. Headlines, they are brought to you by... Jeez, did it again. Should probably tell you that the Red Sox may have just tied the game, but I'm not sure. So give me a second. But Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning, day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. Was that another morning track power hit? And before I go, I just want to be sure to be able to give you the score here, because it is the Sports of Headline. Nope. Still 3-1. I'm Joe Murray. Homers, baby, homers.
Here's Pasternak, high slot. Right circle to Zaka. Sends one across. McAvoy shot, and he scores!
The Bruins play here.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is...
Or something like that. But yeah, not common to see the iron covers there. All right, Joe. From Chick-fil-A to Shake Shack. Shake Shack in the month of September has dropped a new French onion menu. It is now available on the app or nationwide starting mid-September. The Shake Shack French onion menu consists of the French onion soup burger, the French onion shake stack, which looks like a double burger of sorts, onion rings, and Parmesan garlic fries. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Shake Shack's French onion menu?
Doesn't sound great when you first say French onion.
You're not a French onion soup guy.
Well, I do. I like it. Yes, I do. But it's not something I want to go for when, I want fast food.
It's kind of a heavy meal.
You know who makes a really good one? Is the 99.
Of course.
What doesn't the 99 do well? Please. Anyways, this is about who? Shake Shack?
Shake Shack.
I got a friend.
You know a guy.
I got a guy that works at the Shake Shack near Encore. And maybe I'll invite him in someday. Did you say garlic Parmesan French fries?
I did.
They make wedged fries. You ever see theirs? Like a nice, not a wedge, but they crinkle.
The crinkle cut.
I love crinkle cut fries. Oh, with a little bit of garlic Parmesan. What was the other stuff? The garlic. I'm in on
onion rings.
Oh, onion rings done.
French onion soup burger.
Huh? How does that work? Do they put the onion on the burger?
Gotta be.
I don't think I want to bite into that, but it'll be soft because of the soup, right?
I don't know how much actual soup you're getting on there.
Yeah, but what about
or just the flavors?
Onion had
probably.
to have been in the soup, though, right?
One would hope.
Give me the other stuff. I'll think about the onion. I like onions in my flavoring. I don't like onions to chew on. Sometimes I like a caramelized onion on a pizza. You ever do that?
It's been a while, but yeah, caramelized onion's good.
On a pizza's good. Or just caramelized onion in general. For the most part, though, out on that purple onion. That stringy, cold stuff, out.
All right, Joe, we'll head to the world of wrestling and TV for this next one. Drew McIntyre has been cast in the upcoming reboot of Highlander with Henry Cavill.
Wow.
Joe Murray, are you in or out on Drew McIntyre getting into acting?
Drew McIntyre is 6'7" of pure muscle with long hair, and he's got a great accent. Wears a kilt.
Is he Scottish? Yeah.
Yeah, ex-Scottish. Yes, but they call it the one of his big moves is the headbutt. Oh, he has a name for it. Why am I? No, dude. He you know how someone could laugh in your face? Glasgow kiss is what it's called. Dude, he could headbutt you, man, and really hurt you. It's like a hammerhead Shaq. Why am I talking like a Boston jerk tonight?
Someone tweeted at me the other day, Tupperware. I don't know if you got that one too. Yeah.
But why? What's going on there?
It's been a tough week for you.
What have I been? I haven't even been around anybody that speaks like
You
this.
didn't go to Hooters with your boys
No,
recently?
I did not.
No fantasy football party over there?
No.
You fall asleep to the town like Missoula or something?
No. But that's normally when I hang out with them for like 45 minutes, it's nonstop. I don't like the way it sounds. I know that some people know it's authentic and all that. No. It sounds gross on the radio. I told you one of my first, what made me want to go to learn about dialect was when I said Bartolo Cologne on the air, and when I heard it, I went, no.
Bartolo. Like a sheep. Yeah.
Bartolo. Oh, it's gross. I've been working on this for 15 years. It can't come back now. Does every once in a while, though. But in on Drew McIntyre. In.
Joe, you're familiar with the board game Clue?
Did you know that I played Clue in Vegas at the upstairs from the dispensary at the consumption lounge?
They had some board games up there?
I was playing Clue, dude, and I was dying laughing because, you know...
Oh, you were consuming.
Yeah, well, you get the picture of the person, right? And then you have to say, does your person have hair? And then you knock down all the people who don't.
Is that Guess Who?
Oh, that was Guess Who.
Guess Who.
Clue's the other one with the game.
Clue is Colonel
like,
Mustard.
Knives Out there.
Yeah. Guess Who, great game as well. But you're familiar with Clue. A new Clue game is coming. It is Godzilla Clue game. The victim is baby Godzilla, who has been kidnapped, and you must find out who did it. Joe Murray, are you in or out on a Godzilla-themed Clue game?
Sure. In, why not?
Yeah, I feel like we've had a million different versions of like Monopoly. There was like Red Sox Monopoly and stuff. Like, yeah, why not?
What about Last of Us?
That's a real game, Joe.
Just chase fungi?
That's a PlayStation game, I believe.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. What about a Better Call Saul Clue?
You're just cooking up in the house or what?
Well, no. Saul Goodman wasn't cooking.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking of Breaking Bad.
He was slipping.
Yeah, there you go. You're looking for some fraud.
Yeah, like cell phones. And
he would be a good guy to have on Soft or Smelly. He could smell some stuff out.
Oh, yeah. He was also in The Bear. Did you watch The Bear at all?
Not
I think
enough
you would
of
like
it.
The Bear.
I've heard it's classified as a comedy, but it's not funny.
Ooh, no. It's dark. Oh, there's death and everything. There's death, cash, drugs.
Beef.
Friends.
The Joe Murray Show.
You've seen The Bear, right? It's like the Joe Show. Next.
All right, Joe Murray, are you in or out on this being potentially the best sports watching weekend of the year? You will have the Ryder Cup. You'll have an NFL game Sunday morning into an all-day NFL slate. You will also get USC, Illinois, LSU, Ole Miss, Indiana, Iowa,
Georgia,
Alabama, and Oregon, Penn State. Joe Murray, are you in or out on this being the best slate of the year?
I'll tell you this, Dan Lifshatz thinks that he's going to have the best weekend ever this weekend.
I love that. It's a good way to go into the
he's
weekend.
Also, Lifshatz isn't always Mr. Brightside.
No, I think that's a fair assessment.
You know what? As of this year, it's probably the best one, I'd say. So I'll be in on that. But if I went back in history, those game sevens on that
Brady to Tompkins there, and we had Poppy home run that night.
That was a great one in Boston. No, but I'm talking about the one with the Pacquiao fight.
Oh, yes.
The 5 game sevens. Paul Pierceman hit the big 3 for Washington at the time. There was a bunch of other. Spurs won a game 7. I'm trying to remember. The Pacquiao fight was that night against Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather.
Ah,
Joe.
That was a great night. I have to look that one up. Ooh. But, you're going to still watch the Ryder Cup tomorrow?
I'll have 2 TVs going, yeah, for sure. Maybe even get the laptop involved, too.
There's an Okay, never mind.
Multi-view, too, YouTube TV.
I got something for you.
No.
I don't have it, but I got a guy.
Okay, you got a guy.
Yeah. There's something I think that could be helpful.
I appreciate that.
All right. Anything else?
That is all. Oh, actually, no. We have one more late edition here. The Providence Bruins, Joe, have announced they will be wearing Fighting Parms jerseys this year to celebrating Heritage, the Hill, and hockey in Providence. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the Providence Bruins going with the Fighting Parms for one of their alternate jerseys this year? It is in Slack if you need it.
Before I look, it has nothing to do with chicken parm, right?
It has everything to do with chicken parm.
Okay, let me look. Providence knows what's up, huh? You guys look like you're from Providence. I don't know why I keep adding things to Slack that you've already posted. All right, winner, chicken dinner. Here we go. Ooh. The Fighting Parms. Repping the Reds. Maine of Marinara. Fighting for Federal Hill. Winner, chicken parm dinner. Mozzarella mug. And the plucky parm. This is awesome.
How long until Kevin Majori owns one of these jerseys?
He's already ordered it. I used to have friends up at the Providence Bruins. They all got promoted to the Big Bruins. Ray Bork's kid's there. We can hit him up.
The dunk?
He owes me
Still
one.
the dunk?
He owes me one.
That's true. He owes us one.
He owes us one. Oh, man. Dude, have you really ever explored food out in Providence?
Not, enough.
Do you know who I want us to give us a tour of? That would be JP.
JP and NP.
Or if Riz is around.
Yeah, my girlfriend went to college there, so I feel like she would know.
She knows a little thing.
She would probably know a place or two to go.
Show her the Providence Fighting Palms. Palms.
Palms. Fighting Palms.
All right. We got to go to break. Hopefully we get more of an update on this Red Sox game. And we're going to go around the NFL as well. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. I love chicken parm.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Rimshire! This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Rams.
that guy, I know you're a Colts fan, bro. If I was that guy, he should get a cameo, right? Because I think I'd be like, hey, man, do you want to be on the sports radio? I can't pay you. But if you want to do this is our Joe, he is our team, we love him, he's got skaz, he's the man, we need them.
Let's get him and Street Team Joe in the booth together.
For the hub, chicken parms on a braided roll. This is our team. We love the Joe Show. Well, there you go. Now you don't even need the guy anymore. You got me.
Instead of the nay at the end, you just have to do that.
Or I can just do. Or I can do the elephant. You know, I can do an elephant.
We're off the rails.
Or I could do I could do a Kermit the Frog here.
A lot of Kermit talk I saw. People
Yeah,
commenting
Friday.
on you doing Kermit.
Somebody asked me to sing a whole song. Kermit, dude, we got some stuff going on in this Red Sox game. Should I pause and do it in the headline?
It's Friday night, Joe. Do whatever you want.
No, let's get back on track. Let's do it.
Back on track.
You know who needs a day off, by the way? Trevor Story.
Oh, you were going to say you.
No. Look at me. I'm rolling.
Yeah, you're rolling tonight.
I just ate a half moon during the break. Is it all over my face still? It's all over my face.
Any more moon talk after the nuke talk last
You know what's
night?
funny? Damn it. I only text Mike Felger when it comes to getting answers. So when I asked him who is better, Favre or Rodgers, he goes, it's got to be Rodgers. He goes, Favre just colossally screwed up too many times. But when he answers the questions very well. So I wish I got, hey, Mike.
He doesn't sit on the fence and
not
go
on text.
That's interesting.
Not by text. He's very good, I got to tell you. But I wish I could have been like, Mike, the meteor is going to hit the moon in 2035, man. Do you think that they should send a rocket ship up there to basically destroy it?
They're nuking it.
I would like to know his opinion on that. Oh, I'm with him on the off-air show next week.
Done. There you go. There's a topic for you. NASA, not just someone random. NASA is sending nukes into space.
I hate Florida State. Why do I hate them? I love Jameis, though.
Dalvin Cook was awesome there.
It was good work done.
Brian Stork.
When Deion Sanders went there. Oh, yeah, Storky was good. This Virginia game, I took Virginia. This thing's been nuts.
What was the over in this one?
It was 30.5 first half. I know that. All right. I got to use the potty. We got to hit the headline. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Top of in just a little bit. So we will get to those in just a second here. You just heard the around the NFL. I'm sure we'll get to some of these. Just wanted to get back to some of the stuff that we did tonight. Chapman's great. Micah Parsons comes to Dallas. Jerry Jones on facing Micah Parsons. While he does make great plays, there's also a way to approach playing against Michael. As we know, because we didn't exactly win the Super Bowl those years, some plays it looks beautiful, but then others, not great. This guy, Mike is going to have 6 sacks this weekend, I hope. Oh, people are sending me the Seinfeld cheers to the moon pie, the half moon. And people are complaining about the Apple podcast. I mean, the Apple broadcast. Anyways, do you care about this? What are you laughing at back there? You're all smiles and giggles back.
I'm laughing at you, getting frustrated.
Because I'm watching the game. I'm trying to work. I'm watching moons. I'm reading people.
A lot of moon talk.
I got the chat going. I got this game going. Rivers talking to me. I'm trying to think of my bets for Joe Me the Money.
Rivers, he's living and dying by every pitch right now.
I mean, I am too right now. At least they got a score bug up there. I freaked out earlier. He's pacing back there, huh?
Yeah, I got the Apple TV on the Vox Pro, so he's up and down.
Does
he's up
he
and
know
down.
Milliken?
Yeah, they've met.
They've met?
They've met. Of the same cloth, I would say.
Different cloths. Like
the same fabric?
I would say River kind of reminds me of a nice hotel towel.
What does that even mean?
You said a different cloth. I was thinking a hotel towel.
You ever take a towel from a hotel?
Hell yeah.
Me too.
You know what? I wish I could take, but they just don't fit. You ever get the robes?
In Chicago, they had them, and I asked because it was a nice hotel, very nice. I mean, the Rebs were there. It was a nice hotel, and the lady was like, "Yeah, you can take it out of the room if you want. We'll just charge you $100." And I was like, "I'm all right, thank you."
Yeah, right. You
you
can say you charge me $100, and then there's.
I'll leave it here.
Oh, Milliken's live right now on. No, I don't want to tell people that. Listen to me.
Yeah, come on.
Don't listen to him. He's wearing eye black though.
Of course he is. He's locked in.
I used to do the hawk and animal when I played football.
Sox win tonight. Think we try and get him on the horn?
Yeah, let's do it. Well, I'm glad he made it home. It's a long ride.
Glad for everybody else on the road as well.
Oh, Jared's at the game. Come on, Aroldis Chapman. This is playoff baseball right now, huh? You must be ahead of me. Do you think I could watch you guys and then put bets in based off your reactions?
I don't know if you're quick enough.
Oh, no, I think DraftKings put that, they kiboshed that.
Yeah, put the kibosh on that one. Who's going to be the hero, Joe?
Yoshida.
Massa, yes, yeah. It's got to be Massa. Guy's been hot as can be lately.
It's either going to be him or Narvaez because is Narvaez playing?
Nobody else can hit.
No, it's just they're the only ones that. Yeah, you know who'd be great though? Can I give you a good one?
Please.
Who have I been crapping all over?
Bregman.
This is.
He hits a home run. He gets the next couple days off.
I'm telling you right now. I've been hard on him, right? I think they needed more out of him. I don't even know who's coming up to the plate. Chapman got out of a bad situation.
Apple TV didn't give you who's coming up next?
I didn't notice it.
I don't think they did.
Can you believe that? In the bottom of the ninth, they got a chance to go to the damn playoffs. They don't even have the lineup. I bet your River doesn't even know who's got the plate. Who made the... Now I got... Everybody's waiting with me on what do they say? Bated breath?
I believe that's correct.
What the hell's bait? What's baited mean?
Well, depends on who you ask, Joe.
Well, Virginia's about to go in for another touchdown. I just watched that one until it. Who is at the plate? Please, can you give me like a? You know what? This is what wrestling does. Can I tell you? Can I give you credit for wrestling right now?
Please.
They have what's going on wrestling while they're in a commercial break. Can you at least, who's warming up? Is there someone in the dugout that has another bat that could be pinch hitting in a certain situation? Is David Hamilton stretching in case they need a pinch run? What the hell is going on right now? What's Corey doing?
Who's up,
What's Fatsy doing? What's Fatsy doing? Please tell me what's going on.
I believe Masataka Yoshida will be leading off.
Did you know the Red Sox lead the league in walk-off wins?
Well, let's add another one.
Well, I got that one from Apple TV tonight.
Oh, you are giving him credit.
Yeah. Here's the Apple 17. Who's on the mound right now? Tommy Connie? Oh, Chapman's happy in the dugout. Is that his last appearance of the year? Hopefully. Come on, Massa!
Tommy Canely, I'm being told.
Canely? Who the hell's that guy? Oh, yeah. It says Tommy Kenley on my television. Wow, so when it's all said and done, Yoshida is going to bat like 275 after the horrific year that he had?
He's batting 261 right now.
Oh, it just told me 274.
No, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, 274. I'm seeing it here as well. Oh.
This is playoff baseball, live on the radio, baby. Well, I feel like this is a good time to pause. We'll react to this. I don't want to do it live. We get the musings as well. So if the game happens to end, we'll do a recap of the game. If it doesn't, we'll go right into musings. So we'll do all that coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
And now Cedon Rafaela. Two walk-off homers this season.
He just lives for these moments.
Rafaela, deep center field, way back there. Meadows looks up. It's off the top of the wall. Here comes Gonzalez around third. He will score. Say hello to October. Cedon walks it off.
Their 12th walk-off victory of the year. It leads Major League Baseball. And how else do they go to the playoffs and send it to the next round? Cedon Rafaela sends everybody home tonight. I thought it was gone, personally. But Romy Gonzalez set the table, and then Cedon Rafaela sends them home. Great win for the Red Sox tonight. You hit your win totals. They're going to the playoffs, and now they can relax the next couple of nights. It is a hat and T-shirt game. Welcome to October, Boston Red Sox. It was an exciting season. There were highs. There were lows. But there was one thing that you can say about the team this year, and for management's sake and ownership's sake. They wanted to be aggressive, and they proved that they wanted to play baseball into October. And as of right now, through all the ups, downs, growing pains, success, winning streaks, awesome acquisitions in the offseason, seen yesterday by Garrett Crochet, seen today by Aroldis Chapman getting out of a tight situation in the top of the ninth inning. It's their young players who were there, who struggled, but were great at times this year, and their platoon players. One of the reasons why they made the Rafael Devers move this year was to play a platoon guys. And Romy Gonzalez was one of them and was a big part of tonight's win. And it was Cedon Rafaela, who is one of the hottest hitters in baseball at the All-Star break, had a little bit of a little swoon late in the year, but has come alive over the last week or so and sends the Red Sox deep into October. It's been an exciting season for the Red Sox. They absolutely deserve this. October baseball. They were serious when they added all these free agents this year, specifically Alex Bregman. Now, I know towards the end of the year he hasn't been as strong, but his leadership was huge all year long, his defensive play, and they were serious about this. Cora had his struggles too, but they fought through it. And when it comes to the American League, the Red Sox have just as good a chance as anybody right now. They have a record against all the playoff teams this year that are very competitive. I think the Blue Jays have the best record out of everybody, and we just saw what the Red Sox can do against Toronto. So now we await. Is it Yankees or is it Blue Jays? And I know that at times you can pick who you want. Mine would be Toronto. We'll see how things square out. I know there's a couple of more days to go. We'll see what happens with Detroit. But as of tonight, Red Sox clinch the wild card. They're going to the playoffs. They went 34 in the month of 34 and 18 between July and August. That was their big months. This summer, they were outstanding. They're doing a team picture right now in front of the Green Monster. The team deserved it. Where would they be without their two big offseason acquisitions? And who's there on the top step to witness it all? John Henry and Tom Warner. As the team sits in front of the Green Monster and poses with their T-shirts and their hats before the playoffs. Congratulations, Boston Red Sox, on a great season, earning a playoff berth. They'll have a couple of days off. We'll await their opponent. but an absolutely excellent season for a team that had expectations, but at the same time faced adversity this year. Congratulations, Boston Red Sox. We'll hit the headline here. We'll give you the final score. The Boston Red Sox are postseason bound, and they are capable of doing anything at this point going forward. We'll take a quick break. We'll give you the headline right now. Well, maybe we'll just continue the Red Sox conversation here. And, of course, if you want to call in, 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
From the Telford Tire Studios, WBZ-FM and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group Station.
Essential Sports Hub headline, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Red Sox are postseason bound after their walk-off 4-3 win tonight over the Tigers. They tied it up in the 8th inning. And then in the 9th, Aroldis Chapman got into a little bit of a jam but closed the door. And then Romy Gonzalez got on base. Ceddanne Rafaela sent him home and sent the Red Sox into the postseason. They'll have 2 more games to go. They'll be able to play out and give some guys rest. Absolutely great season for the Red Sox, and we'll react to it. Feel free to call in about it as we also will have the Patriots this weekend taking on the Panthers. No Gerard Wilson for the Patriots. Headlines, they are brought to you by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning day or night. Always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Get the app.
There's the potential there for big stuff.
98.5, the Sports Hub app. Get the app.
One. Duran left field. Base hits. Eaton will score, and the game is tied.
The Sports Hub. Red Sox going to the playoffs. What a season. What a season. At times you love them, at times you hate them. 12 walk-off wins is no joke, though, huh? Walk-off wins. The Red Sox lead Major League Baseball with 12 of them, tied for the second most in franchise history. They did it 13 times in 1940, and they did it 12 times in 1961 and this year. Amazing. Absolutely amazing job. Man, you can't say enough about Garrett Crochet and Chapman. You make the acquisition in the trade, you bring in Chapman. And by the way, people thought Chapman were toast, right? And remember all the people who thought Massa was toast at one point. And look what he did late in the season here. This year had it all. You had the expectations early on. You had the Rafael Devers drama. You wondered about Alex Cora, right? You wondered about all these things. Craig Breslow, you wondered about. They didn't make a move at the trade deadline. You almost wondered if ownership cared or if they had enough, and they did. They brought up Roman Anthony. It was the difference. He did lead them. When he went out, it was a gut punch. They kind of had a little bit of a step back. Their pitching held them together. Crochet, Giolito, Bayo. They were awesome. It's just a great season. Some guy goes, Joe, do you ever stop complaining? Am I complaining? No. I'm sorry. Sorry you think that I'm celebrating a Red Sox win is complaining. I really apologize for that. It had to happen on Apple TV tonight, guys. Do you think people saw this? How do you think people reacted? Did they have to find out like everybody else did? Man, playoff baseball, huh? What do you got? You got something for me?
There's someone on hold with that exact take.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do a couple of things. Let's talk to Danielle in Mendon.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to tell you I'm so upset I watched every game this year and I had to listen to this on the radio. It was so exciting. I'm so mad. What are we going to do about this streaming issue? I can't stand it. I'm with Felger.
Well, the Blue Jays tonight played Apple TV on Sportsnet in Toronto. So maybe Nesson could have just done that.
That's what I was thinking. I heard that they could have put it on if they wanted to. They could have paid a little bit to give us fans something. I literally had it.
Well, I do appreciate you going from one station to the next. I appreciate that.
No, I'm just mad that we couldn't do the same thing they did in Toronto.
Yep.
Why not?
Appreciate you for that. You're frustrated. Hey, I'm happy with the win. Whether I could watch it or not, I watched it, though. Bob's in Hampton Beach. What's up, Bob?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. I tell you, great show, Joe. Something about those green uniforms. It's a special thing for the Red Sox. You had a lot of doubters. I mean, you got your, Felger and Maz, and I get they've got their shtick. I know their ratings going down, and Tony was comparing Alex Cora to Bobby Valentine, and he wrote the article about the collapse of the Red Sox. But I tell you, for us Red Sox fans, what a great night.
Oh, it's a great night. And listen, dude, it wasn't all roses, man. Let's be honest. I was upset.
Oh, no, it's all roses, Joe. What are you talking about, Joe?
Well, tonight,
you had people doubting Craig Breslow.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, this guy brought. Yeah. Who did he look who he brought in, guys?
Bob, listen to me, man. Breslow sucked at times. Breslow's kind of sucked at times this year. But his acquisitions.
That's what? What are you talking about, Joe?
Well, he didn't.
What are you talking? That's what?
Well, Bob, I mean,
he brought
Jordan
in
Hicks,
the
Dustin
best closer in baseball.
How about Jordan?
He brought in Alex Bregman.
Yes, he did.
Are you kidding me? Sucked? No, this guy.
Yeah.
He took over an absolute dumper fire over there. And in 2 years, he's got you in the playoffs. This guy is, I think he's GM of the year and Alex is coach of the year. What do you think about that, Joe?
No and no.
I'll go with
wow. You don't think Alex Cora's coach of the year?
No.
No.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised to hear that because I know Tony, he was comparing.
This is not the Felger and Maz postgame show. I'm sorry you only listen to Felger and Maz.
Alex Cora is plus 1,000 to be manager of the year.
I'm sorry. I know
plus 1,000.
I get their Felger and Maz have high ratings. And there's a baseball show before us. But I don't know. We watch all the games every night, guys, and react live to the situations. Listen, they deserve all the flowers. They do. This team, it was a great year. It was a great year.
Yeah, but calls like Bob make me not want to give them to them because Jordan Hicks and Dustin May exist. That happened. You could have clinched the playoffs a week ago, maybe, if you did more at the deadline.
Yes.
If Craig Breslow tried to get real baseball players back for Rafael Devers instead of a guy that you end up trading for Dustin May. And yes, I know Kyle Harrison started tonight. That's one piece of the deal. So, yes, great night for the Red Sox. I wanted them in the playoffs. It's a good win. Let's not anoint Craig Breslow and Alex Cora as the greatest to ever do it because they qualified for the playoffs.
I just want to talk in fact here. The Red Sox had expectations this year to go to the playoffs. They traded for the best pitcher in baseball. They gave up their farm system. It worked. Nobody, Skaz, nobody thought Aroldis Chapman would do this.
I was, don't love the guy.
I was looking into his background and how bad he's been over the last couple of years and was like, why are they going after this guy?
And then Connor Wong taught him how to throw strikes. Who could have seen that coming? Yeah.
My whole thing is we should celebrate this. This Red Sox team had all the adversity, man. This is a good story. But let's not say it's perfect. How bad was their defense this year? How bad was it?
Joe, they're going to finish third in the AL East, but they have the best manager and best GM in baseball.
I do want to give them credit for this, right? The Roman Anthony thing, they could have just tanked it. They could have. They absolutely could have. And they almost did, by the way. It was Bayo and Giolito that kept them in it.
They got lucky, too, with Connolly Early and Kyle Harrison and Peyton Tooley kind of giving them some starts here and there.
No, sometimes you need a little. Good teams need a little bit of luck. I don't. Here's the deal. I want to congratulate them. They deserve praise. Let's just not sit here and tell you that
revisionist history.
Yeah, like they faced a lot of adversity this year. No, and it's a good thing. This is good. Listen, this is good for the Red Sox, for the future, for the current, and all that. There can be people though who can be upset, like we are, Skaz, about the fact that, wow, imagine if they did get that extra starter at the deadline and it wasn't Dustin May. What if they did get one more hitter? They could have ended this thing early. They could have set it up a little bit better. I'm not going to go there right now, but there are people that might be upset that despite the ownership not spending money, that they were successful. That is something here. I don't want people to dismiss that. Like, the Cora kept this thing together. Him and Breslow had their differences. There were times, guys, where the younger guys they were bringing up weren't ready to go. I mentioned their fielding was horrible. When they traded Devers, they couldn't hit for a while. But they started playing Alex Cora baseball. The platoon worked. The platoon was working. I'll give it that. They got better defensively when they moved on from Christian Campbell. Like, they really started Masataka Yoshida, I know he's kind of struggled, but they needed him. And, dude, Rafaela fell off tonight. Big hit. Good for him. Going to the playoffs is good for the Red Sox. It's good for Major League Baseball, but it's good for the future of the Red Sox. Because I do hope John Henry, who was there tonight, sees this. And look at it, when you get good players, you get good production. When you go out and trade your assets for the best pitcher in baseball, he can be a Cy Young Award winner. Right? You had some pieces. Whitlock stayed here. Trevor Story, they stayed with. Like this, those are the things I want to commend them for. You lost Tristan Cassis. You traded Rafael Devers. At one point, you lost Roman Anthony. You didn't have a backup catcher for half the year. Right? At one point, you had too many outfielders and left-handed hitters, and your defense was terrible. They fought through adversity all year long. That should be celebrated. It absolutely should be celebrated. But it's not all perfect. But I will say this. They have just as good a shot as anybody to win this thing.
That is a fact.
That guy was ripping into me. I just got a text. He was ripping into me. Listen, fighting through adversity and showing success, that's good. What the Red Sox did this year was very good. There were warts. It wasn't perfect. All that. But going to the postseason, showing you were serious about it, they had a goal. They hit it. Congratulations, Boston Red Sox. 617-779-0985. Some guy goes, I almost opened my mouth while I listened to three grown men who are making over $250,000 a year. No, about Apple TV. Sorry, I don't even sniff that kind of money. Me, Skaz, and River don't even meet half of that.
Maybe like an 18th of that.
Yeah, we don't even make half of that. So shut your mouth, guy in chat. Ben's in Nashua. Hi, Nashua.
Beef.
Was that a Beefs?
I think it was beef.
Let me pull the tape here.
Ben's in Nashua. Hi, Nashua. What are you talking about? Coach of the year? What are you talking about? Breslow, GM of the year? Owner of the year? You going to do that too? We going owner of the year? Oh, my face hurts from laughing. Has that ever happened to you, Skaz? My higher cheekbones hurt. Did Cassis help or hurt the Red Sox not going down this year, Skaz?
I don't know, Joe. I guess Toro Romy worked out. Ref Schneider Romy worked out. Yeah, remember Abraham
Bring
Toro?
him up. Let him pitch the final games.
I mean, the only thing Breslow really did in season that kind of worked was your guy Lo Vaughn there, Joe, and even he kind of went cold for a bit.
Okay, you can't. Even Justin Wilson had a pretty good year besides like the grand slam he gave up yesterday.
Yeah. Other than that,
besides that, no, you could say all their acquisitions work pretty well, right?
Not in season.
No, I'm saying off season.
Yes, off season.
Between
yes.
Wilson, Crochet,
Bregman.
Chapman, Bregman, they all hit. Even Toro hit for a little bit. And he was a scrap heat guy in spring training. They forced Campbell. Didn't work, but they got him under contract. They got Roman Anthony signed. That's huge, right?
I don't think we see Roman Anthony.
Well, Marcelo Meyer might be one we see. You hear that?
I don't know
I'm
if
not buying that one either.
And would you even throw him out there?
No. Man, I wish I could wear ski goggles and go drink with those guys right now. I wasn't expecting that, were you?
How could anyone expect that?
For real, though, I listen. Some guy called into the show and complained about Felger Mess. And I think we defended the wall, not defending the wall, just being factual. And then the Roses came out with the red-colored glasses. Manager of the year. Best GM of ever. Look
Plus 1,000. Who do you think had a better year as a manager of their ball club? The guy managing the Toronto Blue Jays or the guy managing the Boston Red Sox?
I'd say the Blue Jays guy.
No, I would say so too. He's the heavy favorite.
No, his team, though.
No one thought that heading into the season. People thought the Blue Jays were going to stink.
People thought, they were down on because the hype was, remember, like a year or two ago.
Last year, people thought they were going to be good.
Now they're. It always happens though, right? The teams that you're high on a couple of years, it's always later on. Good for the Red Sox. We'll do another Red Sox segment if you want to call in 617-779-0985. We will do Joe Me the Money before we get out of here tonight. It might be the last segment. Who knows? We'll figure it all out. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Ben's in Nashua. Hi, Nashua.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
Oh, mind on the playoffs. How about that? The Red Sox are going to the playoffs after their 4-3 win tonight. The mind is on the road now, and it's on the road to October. Breslow's a stiff. Rafael Devers trade was horrible. It might still be, but you know what? They persevered. Cora doesn't know what he's doing. Fire him. This Breslow makes $40 million a year. Masataka Yoshida stinks. This platoon's not gonna work. Trevor Story stinks. Jaron Duran, they should trade him. Roman Anthony, blah. There was a lot. I can tell you right now, unless you're a fan, because a fan always believes, I did not. I thought they were happy with what they did. I thought that they saw the money coming in. I also thought that they could believe in their analytics. I'll say this. I think I believe that they played more small ball. Low Vaughn, Nathaniel Lowe was a huge pickup. He was a real first baseman. He helped them defensively, and he had a good bat. They missed Wilyer Abreu at times, right? But he led them early in the year with power. When they didn't have Devers, he was their power hitter. Ceddanne Rafaela went on some really great stretches this year. They got a lot of stuff from their bench players. I know at times David Hamilton was bad, but they needed him at times. I know he wasn't great. I know. But when you look around the diamond, they had, Eaton, right? They've had a lot of guys that probably aren't everyday major league players with contributions to this team. Where would they be without Carlos Narvaez, who had clutch hits this year, was a great catcher, was literally a cast-off from the New York Yankees? Where would they be? Reading from Chris Cotillo here, 24 hours after pulling off one of the most shocking trades in the Red Sox history, Craig Breslow made a claim that was quite hard to believe. As he explained why the club traded superstar Rafael Devers to the Giants, he stuck his neck out with a prediction on what has to come and what was to come. At the end of the season, Breslow said, I think we could look back and say we've won more games than we otherwise would because of the way the roster is now and able to come together. He was right. More than 3 months later, the Red Sox are postseason bound, having gone 51-36 since the Rafael Devers trade, which came hours after the club climbed to above 500 on June 15th with a sweep over the Yankees. Boston clinched its postseason berth by beating the Tigers on a walk-off double on Friday night. The Red Sox will play meaningful baseball in October for the first time since 2021. It's impossible, of course, to know what Boston's final record would have been had Devers remained on the roster. Preseason win total projections had them right around the range in which they'll finish, a number somewhere between 87 and 90. Looking back, Breslow says he was confident making the claim, not because of some wake-up call caused by Devers' trade or the removal of a distraction in the clubhouse. The Red Sox truly believed in their roster, which had added rookie Roman Anthony 6 days before trading Devers. They thought it would be a more functional group. The week that changed the Red Sox season began with a homer barrage in the Bronx on June 8th, in which Boston won its first series of the Yankees with 5 blasts and an 11-7 win. The club returned to Fenway for a key 6-game homestand. They were hovering around 500. The Sox arrived in Boston after Sunday Night Baseball with just an 18% chance of reaching the postseason. It became apparent to team decision makers that right fielder Wilyer Abreu wasn't 100%. He tweaked his oblique 3 days earlier, and despite appearing as a pinch hitter the next 2 games, he was feeling increasingly worse. Breslow popped his head out of the home clubhouse that day. With a grin, the club had decided it was time to promote Roman Anthony. So you're saying that the Abreu injury Was good? Behind the scenes, Devers' feud with management growing so tense that John Henry had to fly to Kansas City for a private meeting. There were whispers as early as Friday ahead of the series opener against the Yankees that something big was happening behind the scenes. Cora was very uncharacteristically canceled his appearances on Nesson. Breslow said it was the most tense week of the year, saying it was stressful. And by Sunday night, they beat the Yankees, and it was decision time. They went to go board the flight to Seattle. Minutes later, they made the trade, sending Rafael Devers off to San Francisco. It's really crazy that that's what happened this year and all that adversity. Who would have thought like Roman Anthony could have made that type of impact? He did. And that they carried on without him. They fought through adversity this year. It's an outstanding story. It really is. A lot of people said, fire this guy. The ownership. Really proud of the Red Sox. I'm proud of the team. Like in 2013, I thought that was just a group of veterans that it meshed, right? This year, I don't want to call them like misfits, but there's some star players, and then there's just guys that might not belong, but they belong here. And young guys that are up and coming, right? Guys that are probably the future of their rotation, and Tooley and some other guys. Man, it really is impressive what the Red Sox have done. Let's talk to Vinny. He's in Boston. What's up, Vinny?
Hey, Joe, long-time listener, first-time caller. I think, Red Sox Nation deserves to celebrate tonight. And, they're a fun team to watch. I think that's what you just said. Agree with everything you said about the preseason moves. Fun team to watch, can be frustrating at times. But clear they enjoy playing with each other, which I think is, the biggest part in a lot of cases. At the same time, it kills me a little bit to celebrate when you had, management not step in and invest in the team at the deadline when they could have done so. And to me, it feels like they did that for a reason, which is maybe they didn't believe that they'd be here today. And so, celebrating and happy for where we are and what's ahead, but also a little bit frustrated just because what could have been beyond this.
Yeah, I'm a little, I'm open to be frustrated, but I think, this team deserves the credit tonight. The team does. They believed. Breslow said we'd be better in the long run, and they were. Whether he said it to save his job, he was right. And for that, he should be commended. It wasn't all perfect. The trade deadline, I didn't like the way they handled things. They really didn't put a lot of money back into the Devers trade. They did extend Roman Anthony, though. I'll give them credit for that. That's a big one. But realistically, their trade deadline acquisitions were Steven Matz, Dustin May, and then you got Nathaniel Lowe. And, they still won. So it's okay to be upset about it, but you know what, dude? Like, Cora put it together. I'm not saying he was... I'll say this. The one-run games that they lost this year, I fully blame on Cora. Whether it's analytics or his decisions or whatever, or leaving guys out there too long or pulling them too early. They should have been better than they were this year, if you really want to look into it. So it's good that they're here. I'm happy for them. And I think they have just as good a chance as anybody. I really do. Do I think they have flaws? Absolutely. If they meet good pitching, could their hitting not work? Yep, it could. I don't know. I'm happy for them. I'm a little surprised at the same time. But when teams do this, you got to tip your cap. Wasn't all great. I can complain about a lot. I'm not going to complain about a team that hasn't been to the playoffs in 4 years. Trade their best player and somehow still make it to the playoffs. Like, that's an achievement, and it should be celebrated. Not to mention, they got the best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion. Anything else to add, guys?
They got a shot, Joe. And that's all we asked for. That's all we asked for with this season.
Was exciting baseball into October.
And now Garrett Crochet gets a little rest.
Yeah, maybe Trevor Story gets a rest.
Bregman's going to get some rest.
Bregman
Durant needs some. They all need some rest.
They all do. Bring them all up. Who else can they play this year? Like Campbell back for a couple of games?
Sure.
Toro, bring him back. Done. I want Toro on the bench. I do.
Did you see who was on the field with an October baseball shirt on?
Who?
Derek White.
Oh, good for him.
Just showing up and supporting the local team.
Would they have given us a shirt?
I don't know about that. Hey, Derek White, a little more cachet, I think.
Maybe they can send one to us.
What's Brock Holt doing this weekend? Get him out there. Maybe he starts a game.
No, you know what? Sign him for a day. Sign him just for a day. Good. I'm glad. Now tomorrow I can watch college football all day. And
speaking of college football,
we got Show Me the Money coming up. We got the Patriots on Sunday. So
Ryder Cup.
Just in Ryder Cup. Just give me my weekend. They did, right? Red Sox, thank you. Thank you.
Well done.
Well done. That's how I like I like it medium well to rare. Somewhere in the middle there. All right, guys, we got to go to break. If you want to call about the Red Sox, we can, but I got to give you my bets for the weekend, and I still am on the fence of what I'm betting. So we'll have that for you coming up next. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Red Sox are going to the playoffs after their 4-3 win tonight. Cedon Rafaela walked it off. And now we await the winners. Who will they face? It's either the Yankees or the Blue Jays, I believe. 2 games to go here for the Sox. You got Patriots, Panthers. talk to one of our baseball guys. He is from the Section 10 podcast, also producer right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub for Zolak and Bertrand. He's Tyler Milliken, one of the baseball boys. Tyler, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, Joe. It is wild to sit here and just kind of watch everything play out in the clubhouse right now. And just one of their better wins of the season, a truly complete team win. And that was the thing Alex Cora was kind of preaching right when, we're getting the little clips right now of his speech. But for this team, Kyle Harrison goes 3 innings, 3 earned. That first inning on its own was scary. It felt like you weren't even going to get that far. But to go Justin Slate and Steven Matz, Greg Weisser, Zach Kelly, Garrett Whitlock, who has still given up 1 earned run since July 6th, lowest ERA in baseball since then, and the most valuable reliever in all of baseball since then. Even Chapman with the leadoff double. You see not only in this game the recipe for what it's going to take in the postseason, but what allowed them to completely change their season when they were 5 games below 500, back on June 6th before they went on that 6-game winning streak.
Breslow said it. Hey, I think we'll win more games this year when it's all said and done after the Devers trade. Maybe he stuck his neck out on the line, but in the end, he was right.
Listen, you could say scoreboard, right? Like, that's the end of the discussion at the end of the day, and you can point to it. Now, I think if you dive deeper into the numbers, you realize maybe, a lot of the things that fueled them was maybe them having the best pitching staff in the sport for 2.5 months after that. I don't think Rafael Devers, who was a top 5 bat in terms of OPS at the time of his trade from April 1st all the way to June 15th was the reason things were wrong. But credit to him, Roman Anthony came up, and before he got hurt, he was one of the top 15 players in baseball from his debut. And at the end of the day, this Red Sox team, you see the culture and the identity that they've been building. And the best part about all of this is the years, not only what you could accomplish this year in a week AL, but what's going to come in the following years. And it feels so much like 2016 and 2017 did for Mookie Betts and JBJ and even Xander at that point, who had that little taste in 2013, but was still becoming that guy. You're watching Marcelo Meyer and Roman Anthony, and these guys have their first taste of it. Even someone like Jarren Duran, who was around in 21, but, really wasn't a factor. It's cool. You're seeing what should be a golden era Red Sox baseball really start to get off its feet.
I hope they stay in the present because I think it is good for the future. Don't get me wrong, but
yes.
in the present right now, when you have Crochet at the front and Chapman in the back, you got something here now. You got veterans that have been here before, right? You got young pieces. I would stay in the present, dude, because there's no dominant team. They have just as good a chance as anybody.
That's what happens when you have Garrett Crochet, who you're 23-9 in his starts this year, who's been that absolute bulldog and tone setter, the difference maker, the guy you really haven't had since, you probably point to Chris Sale or you want to go to Nate Eovaldi in 2021 maybe, but to be as dominant as he was at setting the tone from the beginning of the year, it just feels like the whole team kind of adopted that mindset. And when you get into a 3-game playoff series, especially, if you tell me you have Garrett Crochet in game 1, just seeing him go 8 innings like he did the other night, and you have a Red Sox bullpen right now with Slayton looking like Justin Slayton again, one of the biggest things that has happened to this team the last couple weeks, and you throw in Garrett Whitlock and Chapman, who've been 2 of the best relievers in the sport, you can go steal those 2 games. And even on a night like tonight, with guys like Ceddanne Rafaela showing up again, this is a guy who's been the worst hitter in all of baseball in the second half. But guess what? When time is time, he comes through again and again. You want a big hit. You want a high leverage spot. 3 different walk-offs now this year. You have 12. That's the most in all of baseball. We talk about all these great years of Red Sox baseball, 2013, how incredible it was. You have 1 less walk-off win that year. And to me, someone who's 27 years old, I think back to 2013, and as much as I love 07 and I love 18, magic is what goes along with 2013. And this team right here has some of that magic there. And who knows, they didn't win 93 games or the division like 2013, but you got in the dance, and we've seen teams like the D-backs in recent years, or even the Tigers go on these different runs. It's now time for this squad.
All right, Tyler, last 2-part question from me. One, all those 1-run losses this year, I did blame on Cora.
Yes.
Maybe it was analytics. Maybe it was him. I don't know. But if they won a third of those, dude, they'd be the best team in baseball right now.
It's crazy, right? Yeah. You're 21-26 now in 1-run games. After tonight, it'd be 22-26. But I think earlier in the year, it was a combination of a team that was still learning how to win. We've seen them go through immense struggles with runners in scoring position as well. I think that was a big part of it, and they are going to ride those ups and downs, probably even into the playoffs. But I think Alex Cora showed you why you won the World Series in 2018. We all think about, 2018, the lineup was incredible. Mookie Betts MVP. Dave Dombrowski didn't properly support that bullpen. It was Alex Cora's management using the rotation and guys like David Price in so many bullpen spots that got him through. You saw it tonight. Alex Cora wasn't playing any games. I thought he showed it last night. I was talking about Trevor Story a little bit on the baseball hour today, and he's saying, we'll come back, we'll go and win it. Alex Cora's media session last night, short to business. After 3 questions, he was saying, "Are you done?" He was trying to get out of there as quick as possible, showed up today and managed that exact way. He showed you that he's not scared to be aggressive, and that's what you had to do on a night like tonight because butts were going to be tight. If you got to tomorrow, and especially the Astros had won, now you don't have to worry about any of that. But this was an Alex Cora masterclass, and I've complained about certain bullpen moves he makes throughout the year. That's the life of being a baseball fan. You're not going to agree with every move, and every move isn't going to work out. But Alex Cora is one of the best managers in the sport, and while the last couple of years he may have touted at times post-deadline or whatever it is, his head's been on straight since the deadline, and there were opportunities to pout again this year, and he didn't. So set the culture, set the tone, and with his lieutenant Alex Bregman there, it seems to come a lot easier.
Alex Cora, we didn't come here to play 162. We came here to win the World Series, and everybody went nuts. Who do you want? I want the Blue Jays.
I 100% agree with you. No Bo Bichette. We're talking about a Blue Jays team that has been bottom 7 in WRC plus in OPS since Bo Bichette went down on September 7th. We do all these comparisons to when the Red Sox lost Roman Anthony. The Blue Jays offense is going through it themselves. And then you take out Chris Bassett, who's their game 2 starter, dealing with a back issue, won't be eligible until game 1 of the ALDS. That is a massive, massive thing. And I think one of the reasons you didn't see Shane Bieber yesterday, they're going to talk about him needing an extra day, easing him in from Tommy John. They knew that there's a real chance they're going to have to deal with the Red Sox, and you probably don't want them to see him again when you're already going to see Kevin Gausman. And credit to Kevin Gausman, he's a Red Sox killer. He's always pitched well against them, but you showed you could handle him the other night. It's just, I think the Blue Jays right now are a team that's running on fumes. The Yankees are hot, and yeah, they're beating up on a lot of bad baseball teams, but I'm going to flinch every time I see Stanton getting hot because we know what he does in the playoffs. And even Max Fried. Max Fried has a sub-2 ERA against you this year in 3 different starts. So you know what you're facing game 1 there. Give me the Blue Jays. It seems like they're the wounded animal.
Did you hear Hogdale tonight?
I did. What a legend! Honestly, if people aren't familiar with what Hogdale's doing,
we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it right now. But I loved when he went to meet you guys. The guy was a star.
Class act. Truly a fan and lover of the game. Someone who is about 162 in the way it should be. He's also a Pats guy too, which doesn't get talked about enough. But truly one of the best young talents in all of baseball media, sports media. He deserves everything he's getting.
Enjoy it, Tyler. I know you live on every pitch, but they got here, and they have just as good of a chance as anybody. I've said this now for weeks.
Yeah.
Enjoy this one, though, dude.
Thank you, Joe. It's always a blast coming on, and hopefully this isn't the last time this fall.
You got it. All right, bro. Well, yeah, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it all fall long. Maybe we'll get it sponsored. What do you think?
Keep preaching it, baby. I'll be here. Just tell me the time and day.
Let's get the Miller Missile paid, baby. Tyler, thank you, man. Enjoy the night, bud.
Talk to you, Joe. You're the best. See ya.
The Miller Missile deserves to get paid. Let's pay the man. Let's hear from Hogdale. I want to hear Hogdale.
Canely, look here. Canely looks in. Pitch for Sadon. Swung on and lifted. Left center, no center field. High and deep. Bruh. Back. Banks against the middle of the wall. Romy rounds around second, coming around third, comes home, and he walks it off. And for the first time since 2021, your Boston Red Sox are going back to the playoffs.
That guy rules. How do we get him on?
I need Hogdale.
Do I just ask Milliken, hey, can you have Hogdale call in?
We need the hog.
We need the hog, baby. All right, we got 3 minutes, Gaz. I know we can play the intros long. Here comes the money. Here we go. Here comes the money. Murray. Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Bling, 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 bling. Joe me the money. All right, you ready for this? Give me LSU plus 2.5 at Ole Miss. Ding. Oh, we got ourselves a whiteout. Penn State versus Oregon. Dan Lanning, Franklin. I don't know about you, but I know about me. Give me the green. I love the money. Plus 3.5. And, of course, Alabama. Whoa, Nelly. They take on the Georgia Bulldogs as 2.5-point underdog. Well, you know what? Give me Georgia, baby. I believe Georgia was 2.5 on that one. And then the NFL, a little morning riser. No one's going to like this one. Aaron Rodgers is going to go on the road, and he's going to cover the 2.5 against the Vikings. No one's going to love that one. Finally, Chiefs, Ravens. Someone's going to go 1-3. Who's it going to be? I have the Ravens not making the play. The